Doing good is easier than ever. With 17 retail locations in southern Arizona, a shopping trip to
There it
Goodwill
goes.
is
All
all you have to do to give back to our community. Goodwill has everything from clothing and shoes, handbags, home decor, housewares, and more. Doing good is easier than
My
ever.
bad.
With 17 retail locations in
Alright,
southern
some loud
Arizona, a
audio.
shopping trip to
There it
Goodwill.
goes. All right. Get all that off. Should be nice and quiet now. First, what up, Patal? I think I'm saying that name right. You gonna jump in here today? Gonna surprise us and jump in here and school me a little bit? Yo, what up, Bean? We just literally just got set up. I have a bad camera angle at the moment because I'm 100% sure somebody's gonna walk in here and need to go through this door. So I'm gonna have to like shift the camera away for a moment. So, you know, I see you made another appearance tonight. Hey, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see. Hopefully we can have a good time. Guys, don't forget to share this with anybody. Hit that button, click your buttons, all that good stuff. We'll see who we can get in here today. I don't have anyone that said they were lined up to come in, so we will just go with the flow and see how it goes. So you guys, just let me know how your day was. Uh, I'm off every Friday, so I got a lot of work done today. Another video dropped today. Got another video ready for tomorrow. So logical debate. Um, well, the title today is "What is stopping God?" Uh, I would I'd rather talk about something in the flow of that, but I mean, at the end of the day, if that's what people want to talk about, I'll kind of sit here and discuss whatever and go back and forth with my thoughts. But I would like to have a conversation first about the topic, just because it's something that's um, was on my mind from the last debate, or not debate, from the last conversation we were having on the channel. Uh, I forgot who gifted that membership. It wasn't. I won't take credit for that. It was actually one of the somebody on the channel. I had to go back and look, but I'm so bad with names, so I apologize if you did that. But I'm so bad with names. But somebody gifted like 20 subs or something, so that was freaking awesome. I guess it was like a welcome, right? Because that was my first stream, so much appreciated. Okay, here you might get me into the logical talk or debate or conversation. Uh, what do you mean by logic debate? I would like to understand what you mean by that when you say a logical debate. There's also a delay for sure. Oh, you know what? I've been trying to get the chat on the screen. Let me see if I can do that without it tripping. Is it this one? Nope. This one? Nope. Hmm. Some reason it will not let me grab the pop out chat. Let me try it again. Oh, okay, I got you. I thought you meant like vibes debate, right? Like I thought you meant logical debate. Hey, what up, Buck? My bad. You're talking about being logical. Sorry, you're talking about just being logically talking about actual evidence. Yeah, yeah. I'm with you on that. When I can get a conversation like that, it's so beautiful to me, man. When two people are really honestly talking about the evidence of things and throwing away their feelings. I really mean that when I say that. We can have such good conversations when we can kind of get rid of those feelings, right? Doesn't mean lose them forever, but in some circumstances, you want to push those feelings back so you can make the correct choices. Uh, I still cannot get this chat. Yeah, I don't know. Like usually, I can get the little icon with the chat. Some reason it don't want to play. I don't know, man. Let me get our background ready for when I gotta chill out for a second. How do you know Satan didn't trick you into thinking that God was evil? Um, that would be part of the whole problem of Satan, right? Uh, why create a character like that that also is that powerful, and I don't have any weapons against this creature, right? So it's like, why set up a game that way? Why make the devil, right? What's stopping God from not creating the devil, right? That ties into the the title of this stream, right? What is stopping God, right? There's something stopping God, right? It's right here. What's stopping God? Something is holding him back, right? Like what is going on? Because God does not have to wait on anyone, correct? Are we is this correct? Are we right? Is this like yeah, yeah, if you would like to have a discussion, um here is let me put it in the chat for you. And everybody oh, that's why this ain't working. I'm stupid. My bad. Duh. All right. This is me. I think it's just hashtag. I think it's exclamation point Discord. Let me see if it's still working. There it is. Yep. If you would like to have a discussion, I am good to have one. You would be our first discussion of the night. So the first one is always a good one, right? Yep. He made Satan, right? He did give Satan too much power. I'm in agreement with these statements, right? You're too scared. Now, anybody, you can come up and chat with me. I'm a pretty openly friendly person. I kind of match your vibes. If I feel like you're trying to speak honestly, um, I'm gonna be pretty chill. Like that's how I look at it. It's just when it's when people want to believe something or prove their point so much they refuse to admit anything, right? So when I say this, I am saying if the story is true, right? We're all pretending the story is true when I talk about it, right? So if the story is true, God must have given Satan too much power, right? And that's not even really the point because the point is why isn't God just stopping all of this? Right? Like why all of this? Like we really have to face and think about that, right? Like we really have to think about that. Patal, really think about what I'm saying here, right? W- What is God waiting on, right? What would a all-powerful being need to wait on? Really think about what I'm saying there, right? And if you're honest, you could not come up with a good answer. The only answer you're going to come up with is we something about us not being able to know God, which then destroys the whole argument because if your only defense is we don't know God, then we don't know God at all, right? No, no, of course nobody has to agree. Like I don't believe you can just switch belief anyway, right? But I'm just hoping people are open to hearing evidence, right? You can't change the people's minds that you're not going to change. But for those people that do have the ear to hear something a little bit differently, that's kind of what I'm talking about, where it's if you are honest, you only can come to some of these conclusions, right? It does not it does not say we know for sure that there is no God or anything supernatural, but if we all sit here honestly, we can agree on quite a few things. And most of those things lead to there isn't really no evidence for some of these things we are taught to believe, some of the superstitions that we have. Um, all of those things come into play here. And it's not just about Christianity or anything, it's about all of those superstitions that get dragged into people's lives, dragged into people's families, like all of those things that are going on that are hurting people, right? A lot of this truly is hurting people. And that's what we need to start looking at. It really is hurting people, guys. And that's why I started talking up more about these things because I didn't recognize some of this stuff had hurt me. And just because of superstitious things that were put into my head, because you have to believe in a lot of these things if you believe in the book. And if you believe in many of those books, right? Because I was saying this isn't just about Christianity. This is about a lot of religions that have these ancient superstitions that are now trying to be translated into modern times. And we're seeing it doesn't fit our society very well. Like this might have worked better when communities were smaller, right? But right now, the world is too connected and too big for these things to be used anymore. We need to just use facts or the closest things we can get to facts. That's what we need to be using right now. It looks like somebody jumped into the backstage. Let's see if they want to chat. I have to put on my headset and mess up my hair now. Hello, Christ crucified. How you doing? Let me see if I can get the Discord. All right, Christ crucified. I'll drop you back down. Let me know when you're ready to chat. It seems like God should punish you for not worshiping Him. Is that sarcasm? I'm not sure if that's sarcasm or not. I don't know. If I knew all things and still chose to make things messed up, that would make me a messed up being. Yeah, I think we would all agree with that. By the way, that's the thing that I'm talking about. Like that superstition of God having to be perfect and correct is a part of what I'm talking about, and how it kind of poisons every thought that you have, because as soon as something contradicts or something is bad, you have to make an excuse for it in order to stay inside of it. See here, catching up to some of this chat. God of the Bible is a documented child, unaliver. Yeah, that is definitely the truth. Let me see. This is the window. Nope. Okay, that might be it. I have to crop it a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. I already had it cropped a little bit. That's over my face. Try to figure this out. One moment, please. Crop. Let's crop. Say 100, 300, 400. There we go. All right. That'll be our little Discord box for when you guys are ready to step up to the plate. All right. Let me scroll up a little. Sorry, I think I missed a couple things. Yep, I got the God all knowing. That's horrible. It seems like God should punish. I'm still lost on that one. I'm, are you, I think you're saying God shouldn't punish, but maybe not. I don't know. Depends on what side you're on. It's what the Bible says. It said I did have someone named Christian or Christ crucified. So if that is you in the box, let me know in the live chat when you're ready to roll. I'll bring you up and we can talk. The answer to the question is what's stopping God is nothing. Are you hinting at that God doesn't exist, or that can mean a couple of things? So I don't know. Power wins. All right. I'm asking somebody. Are you crossing over? No, you can because I blocked it now. That's how I blocked it now, so you can. All right. Okay. All right. That was the wifey. Gonna tell her I'll block the camera if she needs to walk through. Tell you I haven't read the Bible at all, or any understanding, or maybe remarks. Can you unmute me? Who are you? Are you oh, that's you. I just got to pull you to the stage. That's all, brother. I had pulled you to the stage, but you weren't there yet. So, all right, welcome in. How you doing? I don't know why you're muted. That's weird. Why were you muted? It literally won't even let me unmute you. Yeah, it doesn't. It says I don't have you muted. I'm not sure what's going on there, man. Try to go out and come back in, maybe. I don't know. But I can't do anything to you there. Yeah, I also don't see any point in time that anyone could ever convince me it would be okay to go slaughter all the babies and then take the virgin women and daughters captive and then kill the young boys because they're not virgin women daughters. So I would love somebody to come up and tell me that. Why? And that would still tie into the conversation because it's what's stopping God, right? What's stopping God from doing that, right? What's stopping God from having some miracle take the babies, right? Not kill the babies, by the way, because some people will use that as a way of saying that uh, God is doing that, but really, like it's kind of like this. I could think of different ways that God could do this, right? If you if you are under the age of accountability for your sins, you don't have to eat, right? Like there's just this miracle that happens and you don't have to eat. And that would be a proof of God for the world, by the way, too, because you just like every time from age 0 to age 8, like the child never had to eat anything. We would all just be like, what the hell, right? Like, what the hell? Like, I could just imagine. Let me see if this works again. All right, let's see. Let me mute and then unmute you. See if that works. Nah, it doesn't do anything. This worked the other day. I don't know, man. Unless you have to be a friend first. Let me see if that works. I said, like, this did work yesterday. Currently, humans are aborting babies. This is true, but that is a distraction from what the point was because the point is there's this being that is all powerful that is commanding people to go murder children, right? Hope that makes sense. I hope I don't have deafened on or something. Hold on, let me see. Oops, sorry. I'll try to see if I can hear myself. I think something might be wrong with my audio in my headset. Let me see. Now I'm like, what the heck's going on here? I don't have anything that I can listen to. voice set up. Let me do a mic test. Okay, it's working. It's not my headset. If anyone else wants to come up and just test the audio for me, that'd be great. Because I'm not sure what's up. Because we did have somebody hop in, but they were not able to talk. They just said they were muted. So that was weird. And I know this worked the other day, so it should be good. I don't know what's up. Should should be good. What's the ooh, crap, what did I just do? Dang it. There it is. What's the stupid camera's literally like right here. I'll try to look through it. The Justin logic. Yeah, it sucks we had somebody. Yeah, looks like they did want to talk, but we couldn't get the audio fixed. So anybody's that's next on hop on in. Oh, Jesus was a liar and a fraud. Yeah, that sounds like Justin. All right. I watch plenty of that. Some of those guys be getting on there crazy. I just need to see if it works. So where's my chat? My bad. Hold up. Need my chat. I don't know. It's the hash something. Yeah, that's the link. And if you hop on, I can move somebody over, and then I can see if you can speak into the on the stage, and then you're welcome to drop out. That's how I found you. My feed led me. You're oh, okay. That's what's up. Hey man, that's cool to hear, man. Uh, I've always been kind of passionate about this stuff either way. So when I just fully, truly just believed I was the same way, right? I would still be talking to people about these things and trying to figure out answers, and trying to figure out those answers led me to question more things, and then it just goes from that, and you're just steady questioning, and you're not finding answers. um, hey, thank you, Joshua. Appreciate that. Get ready for work and enjoy it. Also, you're unable to accept invite. Well, we know the invite works because somebody else uh clicked it and was able to join. Hey, that's good that this is kind of like your therapy, because no matter what, everybody's going through quite a bit, and being able to talk about these things, and to me learning to be emotionally intelligent about these things as well, is part of that process that we need to continue to keep doing in order to uh, move past some of these things that have been proven to not be true. It just takes us growing up. We just have to grow up. Why would Jesus go through all the torture and death? Um, I would ask, why would God need Jesus to go through all the torture and death? I think that is a better question to ask, right? Why would God need to do that? So let's talk about that one. And that ties back into, what is stopping God? What is the thing stopping God? I see another name in there. Moncho. If that's you, let me know in the chat. Oh, it's a messed up Discord account. All right, let me drop you down to see if you can talk then. So it's showing me you're muted too. So okay, it's showing me you were muted too. So that would be a bad sign. So let me see. Let me turn this off, and I'm gonna go look at my settings. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the question of what is stopping God is a very reasonable question, right? I don't think anybody that should expect someone not to ask that, because especially when you explain God's traits to people, one of the first questions should be, okay, well then, why is this all going on, right? Like, why are we still going through this? Why are these? Why? That, I mean, that's a reasonable question. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close out of my Discord completely and reload it, and then try again, I guess. I'm not too sure what is going on, because there shouldn't be anything going on. All right, Discord. Why would Thomas be scared to see Jesus? I, I mean, you're just saying stories, though. Hey, David, welcome. We're trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with my audio. Well, the thing is, like, when I click it, actually, you know what? Bean, can you can you jump in the Discord and just say something and see if I can move you? Because if you show muted, I know something's wrong. Like, for sure. Like, if you jump in here, something's really wrong. Hello, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, I'm literally not seeing anything that would be keeping people muted. That's crazy. Everything was just working fine yesterday too. Adam was per. All right, Patal, you're doing the I'm just going to preach and I'm not going to respond thing. Not gonna respond, okay? Like you gotta work with people here. Like work with me, okay? I don't mind you doing your I mean those aren't even Bible verses, but I don't mind, but you have to answer some of the questions back, right? Can't we be fair and honest? Right? Don't you want honesty yourself? Right? I assume you want me to be honest back with you. So can we have some kind of a back and forth conversation to where you're actually listening to me because I feel like I am listening to you. I only think that's fair, by the way. And I think you would agree with that if we were in face to face, right? All right, I'm gonna see if yeah, see I can hear Bean. I already know I'm about to because let me see. Yeah, you don't have a mute on yours, so it's working. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, it looks like it's working. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you.
All right, man.
All right, I'll be listening.
Thank you. All right. The only thing I can think of is maybe you need to send a friend request to me, but I don't think that's it because we had somebody on here yesterday that we weren't friends. But Todd, don't get that reputation as somebody that won't conversate, okay? That's kind of a bad reputation to have. Don't be that person. Let me try this. I have one channel that is muted because that's supposed to be that channel. But let me see. All right, let me see if that works. Nope, didn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know, brother. Sorry, man. The question can be why God in a lot of things, right? So there's so many things about this title that we can expand into all sorts of all parts of the Bible, right? Uh, right at the beginning of the Bible, we can have this same conversation. What was stopping God from not putting the tree in the garden? Not just forgiving Adam and Eve right there, not having the snake in the garden. Uh, like there's just so there's so many things. Like literally just so many things we can talk about. Literally from the beginning of the book, it is just mess up after mess up after mess up. When a perfect being begins to create, it has already ceased to be perfect. I've had that same thought before too, right? Now I think there are some defeaters for that. I think I can sit here and think of some ways because we would have to play the game of what is perfect, right? What do we mean by perfect? Stuff like that. I think that's the only way we could kind of work around it. But I do pretty much agree exactly with it. Yeah. Hey Hermes, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. I don't know if you're asking about the stream title. Yeah, that's the question, right? Like you can make your own question out of the title, right? What's stopping God from so many things in the Bible, right? That's I think that's just pretty. Pretty evident, right? And my other thing too is I would never see why there would be a reason why God would care that you question things. Why would you give me the brain to sit here and ponder and question everything if you wanted me just to be this docile follower? I would have just been created in that way. Or a part of the story, Adam and Eve would have just been created that way, right? And you can still have free will and be docile and just more cooperative, right? There are many gods discussed in the Bible. So which God do we pray to? Read the parable about the weeds among the wheat. Um, is that part of the whole Jesus ain't here for everybody? Am I mixing that up? Well, yeah, in the Bible, God does say. I mean, there's a way to flip these, right? Because that's the thing about the Bible and why it's lasting so long. As far as you can just pass it on generation to generation. It's so vague and so vague. It's just so vague that you can literally tie anything into it, right? That's why it's a great book. It is a great book. I I will never say the Bible's not an amazing book. It is an amazing book. And I only say that like maybe the Quran is just as amazing or something, but I don't know enough about that. I'm born in the USA, so that's why like kind of everything I have is just going to be out of that lens. So forgive me if you have some other book that you say that is, you know, special. Hey Peter, what's up, man? Welcome. It's about knowing whether you have weeds or wheat until harvest. Okay. So you're talking about why, or wait, are you saying that that's what's stopping God? I guess you always catch me before you go to sleep. That's probably just the time zone difference, man. And I'm still trying to figure out what schedule to have as well, because I obviously only want to have a schedule when I can come talk to people. Like right now, it kind of sucks because we're having some technical difficulties. Um, oh, it does say I need to give you permissions. All right, so let me stop looking this way. I'm gonna bring this over. Just give me a moment. Y'all keep chatting. Uh, I didn't have much of a time limit, so I think I can be here for a little while. We can have some fun tonight. I just need to see what I need to do then. All right. So I'll move you to the stage. Let's go to permissions. It's just weird that my other buddy had permissions. That's all. Oh, let me do it this way. No, no, that don't work. All right, permissions. Got it. Uh, let's see. Everyone else. I got speak on, bro. All right, let me do this because I'm pretty sure this room will work. No, you were in the lounge already too, weren't you? Let's test it out and see. Yeah, it doesn't matter what channel I give you.
Can you hear me?
Oh shit, it worked. Ah, we got it.
Yeah, man. Thank the Lord, man.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah,
man. I don't know what the heck was happening. Cool, cool,
yeah,
cool. What should I call
yeah,
you?
man. You could call me a child of God.
Come on, man. Let me get your name. What should I call you? Your name. I gotta call you by your name.
Mm,
You can make
you
up a
could call
name,
me.
by the way, too. That's all
Okay, you
good.
could call me
What was it?
New Life.
All right, all right. I'm gonna just roll with you, man. I'm gonna roll with you since you messing with me right now. New life.
Nah, nah. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, brother. What you got?
Um. So I wanted to ask you, like, so what do you think that? What do you believe that where humans came from? Human beings.
I mean, that's not quite the topic, but I'll roll with you since no one else is up here right now. Like the topic was supposed to be more on what's stopping God. Did you have something on that first?
Stopping God of what? Like in what way?
There would be many ways, right? So, what was stopping God from just forgiving Adam and Eve? How about like we can go there? Let's just start at the beginning of the book.
Well, well, first of all, it did not stop him in forgiving Adam and Eve. That's why he provided a clothing for them, um, and they were forgiven. So it did not stop him from nothing stopped him from showing forgiveness.
So then, why didn't he?
What do you mean why he didn't?
Because they got kicked out of the garden and they got punished. Eve got punished with having horrible birth pains and being
Mm.
submissive to her husband. Adam got punished in a similar way, except working to death, basically, and also. Yeah, basically, Adam's kind of got off a little easier,
Okay, so
to be fair.
you believe that basically that God did not forgive him because he drove him out of the garden
Yes,
of Eden.
and then everyone else from then on now had the stain of sin.
Well, that's why God made a promise and saying that he was going to bring them back, restore them.
Right, right. Okay, so you're rolling with me so far. So let's keep going. Now, what is the why does God have to wait at all? That's where it's like, what is stopping God from just doing that immediately? Right?
Because he made a you know he made a promise to Adam, basically saying that he was going to bring forth generations. So generations still have to be born into the world, and there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. So because he made that promise with Adam, even though Adam changed his relationship with him, and that promise still remained, where he gave him promises that he was going to uh, basically give them generations.
Okay, but why can't God give them generations and also keep them in the garden?
Oh, because see, the reason that was is because Adam was not supposed to die in the garden.
Yeah, nobody
Death,
nobody nobody had to die.
yeah, but that's why, like Adam, when he basically disobeyed God, the condition of Adam was changed from life unto death. And so, because Adam's condition was changed from life unto death, because now his eyes were open to the knowledge of good and evil, which was the tree of death. Now Adam is going to
Wait,
die
tree
inside
of
of the
death?
garden. Yeah,
Which tree was the tree of death?
the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
So then why didn't God call it the tree of death?
Oh well, he says if you die, if you eat of it, you thou shalt surely die. So I just call it the tree of death, just to make it simple for me.
Okay. I mean, as long as I understand, I don't really agree with it totally, but if I understand why you're saying it, cool. Um, but I think the words are a little bit important, right? Because there's a reason why it's called the tree of knowledge of good and evil,
Mhm.
right? And that is kind of the proof of that why it's a story and it's not true. right? It's one of the reasons why I don't believe it's true, because all the details and all of the hints are there of it just being an analogy for how the world works, right? So you have Eve that gets punished with real life things that we see in reality right now, right? So that's just
Well,
people making the story to match what they see. Like women give birth, and
well,
especially back then, right?
well,
Women gave birth in a lot of pain, so they made stories for
well,
that, right?
well, that plane right there, he's talking about a childbearing. So it's like me, right? I have a son, right? And
Hmm.
so my son's mom has to go. She went through the pains, but at the end, she forgot about the pain because my child was born. So the thing is that sometimes joy and blessings come through suffering. So yes, she's gonna suffer, but she's gonna forget about that suffering as soon as the baby is born.
I can understand how we can come to the conclusion after the fact that something ended up being okay, but the pain is not necessary when we are speaking
It
about
is.
God again, right?
It is. It is
So
because
why does God
Adam.
need us to have pain? Why does God
Well,
need us to have pain?
so he can teach us victory.
So why
So,
didn't it start out that way then?
well,
Right? Do you
because
believe that Adam and Eve had pain before they messed up?
no, because the condition. See, that's why I mentioned condition. His condition, Adam's condition, was above death. He was not under death. Death was not reigning over him. He was above
Right.
death.
Death didn't exist yet, right?
Yes, it did exist in that tree.
Oh, okay. So now I see where you're going with that. That's a funny way to not funny way. That's a little slick way to put it, but it still ties back to
Now,
and I do like how you
now,
smoothly kind of did that, by the way. But
yeah.
it
So
still ties back to this though, brother. The whole point is God is the one that is making the punishment, or are you admitting right now that
no,
God is
God,
controlled by something else? What
well,
is
not
it?
God is rewarding man based on their condition. So as long as Adam was obedience by not eating of that tree, he was going to live and God was going to bless him with life.
So why
But
not
because
why even put
hold
the
on, hold
tree
on,
there?
hold on. Well, because the reason he put the tree there is so he can teach man about death without experience.
So he wanted us to mess up.
No, no, no. That tree was not there to mess up Adam. No, that tree was planted there to teach Adam about death.
So you're under the belief that Adam could have not done it.
Yes, because God gave him that knowledge not to do it.
No,
So
they didn't have
by God
knowledge. They
giving
didn't
him
have
knowledge,
knowledge. They
no,
didn't have the knowledge.
well, when God told him not to eat of this tree, God gave him knowledge.
Right, but we don't know what evil is at that moment. If I'm
Well,
Adam at that moment, God tells me
well,
not to do something, I don't know what that means,
well,
right?
Adam didn't, and he didn't know evil because God told him that. But one thing, the difference is this: he knew evil. He knew about evil without experiencing evil.
No,
Basically,
he couldn't have known.
exactly because he has not
Wait,
experienced it,
what do you
but
mean exactly?
God was giving them knowledge by teaching them. If you look at it very carefully, God is teaching Adam about that tree. He's letting them know that
If
tree
I
right there.
if I only tell you, I'm trying to figure out how to say that because I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. As far, how could God have told them about evil, right? I get that you're saying God was telling them about something that can cause evil, but God didn't tell them about the actual consequence, right? Because
He did.
they did
He
not
did
have
tell them.
knowledge. What when God says death, what does that mean to them?
Well,
Like, what does that mean to beings that have never even been alive, right? Like, they don't even know what death would mean. So God is
well,
literally
that's
not
why.
explaining anything.
Well, that's why God was explaining that to him,
But he didn't.
because
It's like
he,
explaining it to like a an infant.
well, that's why he was explaining them. He was explaining to Adam about death. He was letting them know. See, Adam did not. He was not under death. He was above death. right? Um, so God was teaching Adam basically to basically have victory over death by being above it.
Okay,
In
so
this,
are you okay? But you have to work with it because you're saying this. You're saying Adam actually could have chosen to not do it. That's I usually don't
yeah.
hear people say that. So let's just keep going with that, right? Since I
Mhm.
think you're even giving God even more responsibility now, right? Uh, because now that Adam really can make a choice, that like you're saying, God
Well,
should have
Adam,
God should have
well,
explained this to him. God did not
well,
do well as a parent. One
well,
second, hold on.
okay.
As a parent, that God, like if we made God into a human parent, we would say that this was horrible. Like to allow your child to go and stick a fork into a socket and you watch the child do it and you tell the infant that has no clue what you're talking about, hey, just don't go over there and put this fork into this hole, and the infant has no clue what you're talking
Uh,
about.
well, well, when God gave that, see, Adam did not have a choice, right? Until God gave him the knowledge about that tree. So, so when God gave that knowledge to Adam about that tree, now Adam, right? He had a choice to obey what God has said about that, about not to touch it, not to eat of it, or he had a choice to obey it. And so when he obeyed the tree, when he disobeyed basically the voice of God, he began to die because of God told him not to eat of that tree. He
Well,
was
it
letting them know about
says
the consequences.
it says
He
on the
was telling them,
day it says on the day you'll die, right? So maybe God did feel bad about not giving all the information, and he didn't kill Adam or Eve.
well, God was giving them information. He was letting them know that that tree, it was death in that tree.
Yeah, but I
So
don't know
God
if
did.
if some alien civilization came down to us right now. You like the Twilight Zone? It's one of my favorites. So
I don't know.
okay, but there's a story in there where it's just like these aliens come down and they're giving us all this technology. We have no clue about anything about them, and they're trying to cook us into food, right? Like so we were doing things based off of not having the complete knowledge and end up screwing ourselves. But isn't it kind of like the aliens being evil in a way? They're tricking us. Like
No, because
God is telling us that, hey, do this without us
but
understanding, right?
no,
So like why
God,
would God create creatures
God was
that
not tricking him. God revealed the
no.
knowledge.
It's not a direct trick. I'm saying like it is not giving the full information while knowing someone needs it and it's life or death, right? That is kind of I don't even you're right. Don't even use the word trick. That's just kind of evil.
Yeah, because God did not
Well, yeah,
trick him.
or,
Not, I
yeah, it's evil. Are you agreeing
I
with
was
that?
just saying that no,
Is it evil?
no. What is evil?
Is it evil to know somebody's about to be harmed and not give them all of the information that you can give them in order for them to be safe?
Yeah, he gave him knowledge by telling. See, when God gave him, it's like me giving knowledge to my son, right? About how to keep himself safe from death, right?
Yes,
Now,
but if you
I,
saw your
I,
son
I
walking into the street, do you just let him walk?
no, I will give him the warnings. I
You
will
wouldn't
let him know
you wouldn't go grab your son?
that God. Well, that's what he did. He came
God
to save Adam.
God did not stop him.
Well, you know what?
Remember in this
Hold on.
scenario as a parent, you're all powerful by the way.
You know why he did not stop him because God was not in his presence at that moment.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you
because
are you
remember
messing
in
with
the
me?
Garden of
You're
Eden,
messing with me.
no, in the Garden of Eden, it says right there that the Lord was walking into the Garden of Eden, the Lord God, the voice of the Lord God. So that means that it- he was absent
Wait, so
from
you
Adam's
don't think
sin.
God can be everywhere at once?
Um, well, I would say this: the Holy
Or you
Spirit
don't
was.
think God is everywhere at once? I've never heard this before. Yeah, omnipresent, right?
Well, well, well. When it comes to the Son of God, the man Jesus, he's not everywhere presence.
All right,
The Son of God,
we're gonna need
the
to
Son of
know.
God,
I need you to
he's
explain to
alone.
me
Okay. So the Son of
what God
Man,
is like to you. What's Give me your
okay.
definition of God.
So I believe that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? So I believe that the Father, right, sends the Son, right, to have fellowship with man, and that's where God was sending, you know, his Son to have fellowship with Adam. So when Adam sinned, right there, before, you know, before the Lord came in, to, to call him by name, when he sinned,
Oh no.
he
Wait, we're getting
saw.
off track a little bit. I just need you to I need your full definition of what you think God is. So you gave me the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Now, can you give me some traits?
Family.
Sure, but can you give me the traits of the families? Like what can they do?
What do you mean, like, what can they do?
What abilities does God have? Does God have?
Um, he has abilities to create,
Can he create
create.
anything?
He created everything.
Can he create anything?
Can he create everything? Anything?
Yes.
No, no,
Logically, I mean, not something illogical.
no. He cannot create anything.
Okay. So
Because I
your
could tell
God
you one
is not all
thing.
powerful
one-
then.
No, there's
Okay.
one thing that God cannot do, and he
Okay.
will, and he cannot create
What's that? Go ahead.
sin.
Well, we already know God made sin.
No, he did not make sin.
God made
Adam
evil.
became a
Is
Adam.
evil
Yeah,
not
I was
sin?
telling you earlier the condition, because
No,
when
no, no.
God
But
created
God in the
Adam,
Bible, God also says
Adam,
that God created sin. Or
hold on,
sorry, created
Adam,
evil.
no, oh, evil is different than sin. Evil has to do with the reward. When it's like I have two children, right? One disobeys me. I'm not going to reward him with good. I'm going to reward him with based on what he did. Adam, in the other case, God was rewarding Adam with life, right? Before he sinned,
All right,
he was rewarding him with life. But
what's your
when
definition
Adam
of sin?
sinned, wait, when Adam sinned, his condition was changed. His relationship with God was changed. Now God has to reward him based on what he has done. He's
God
not going
doesn't
to
have to
reward
do
him.
anything.
Yes, he has to.
God doesn't have to do anything.
Yes,
That's the whole
yes, he
point of
has to.
this. That's the whole point of us chatting right now. It's what is stopping God from doing whatever God wants, right? So if God wants everyone to be forgiven, could God not do that?
Yeah, through his son Jesus Christ on by shedding his blood.
No, you know what I mean. Like, could
No, but
God?
that was the plan from the beginning. When Adam got kicked out, that was the plan. God blessed the
So
woman with
God
the
did not know Adam was going to get kicked out. This is kind of new to me, by the way. I'd never heard someone say this. So did God know that Adam was going to sin?
no, the Son of God did not know Adam was going to sin, because the last time he
Did the
sinned,
Father know? Did the Father know?
no,
So who knew?
the Holy Spirit that was living in Adam. Adam is the one that made the Holy Spirit grieve. When Jesus came to visit Adam, that's when he found out that Adam's condition was changed, because now he's looking for him and he's
What?
saying, "Where are you, Adam? Where are you?" And
What are
Adam is
you,
hiding
bro? What story
because
are you talking about?
of the Bible.
Jesus isn't in Genesis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, you're assuming Jesus is in
No,
Genesis.
no, he's in there.
Okay, give me the verse that says Jesus is in Genesis. I'll look it up right now.
In the beginning, um, there has been a in the beginning. See, God is a family. That's the way I see God, as a
Okay,
family.
are you saying you put puzzle pieces together that says Jesus was in Genesis, or are you
Well,
saying there is a
well, that
verse that
well,
says Jesus was in Genesis?
well, the Bible says that Jesus was sent by the Father, right? He sent his son, and that he was going to return back to his Father who sent him. But the thing is, So I'm gonna go
I
back
feel like
to
you skipped a little bit about what I said though just now.
so
Is there a
you
verse?
know
It's okay if there's not. Just say there's not, and
no,
then we'll
there
move
is,
on.
sir. This
There,
is gonna be a whole Bible studies.
no, what is the verse that says Jesus was in Genesis?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't say Genesis, but he does say it in the beginning. Hold on, I'll find it right now.
yeah. I know the verse that says Jesus in the beginning,
Exactly.
but
So
that's not. That's just like that's after the fact, right? If there's a verse in Genesis, because anybody can just make something after the fact, right?
and
Like if there's a
remember,
verse in Genesis, then I want to see
Genesis,
that.
it's the that's what Genesis means, beginning, right?
I don't know the Hebrew for that, so I can't. I'm not going to talk about Hebrew stuff because I don't know what the word actually was, and
Yeah, it means
we could
beginning.
just well,
Yeah.
no, I mean we can just be using. I know Genesis means that, but I don't know if that was like the Hebrew.
At Ephesians, right? Ephesians, he says, um, Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9, he says, to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world has been created in God. I mean, been hidden in God, who created all things by Jesus Christ. And this is talking about the beginning here.
Yes, but that is, I think that is you just putting pieces
No,
together, right?
no, it says
Why wouldn't the Bible just say Jesus like it why
you know
wouldn't
what?
just say Jesus in the beginning like hey Jesus was walking with Adam? Why
Why?
not say that?
I'll tell you why. Because do you know what the word Jesus means? The meaning of that name?
Yeshua?
No, the meaning.
Go
It
ahead.
means I shall save my people from their sin. So when God formed Adam in the beginning, now I'm going to take it all the way in the beginning.
Yeah,
God did
but
not create Adam. Hold on.
hold on.
God did not
Because Jesus's
create Adam.
name wasn't even supposed like the Messiah's name wasn't even supposed to be Jesus. So what do we do with that?
Wait, hold on. So,
That's important
um,
though.
hold on. Okay, so in the beginning, when God formed Adam, created Adam, right?
Hmm.
Adam was created without sin. So there was no how can God reveal that name Jesus if Adam was without sin?
So once again, you're just kind of telling me that God has limits.
The Son of God does have limits.
So then it can't be God.
Well,
Do you not
he
believe
has
Jesus is God? Oh, maybe you don't believe Jesus is God.
yeah,
That's
yeah, Jesus is God.
Jesus is God. Okay.
Yes,
So now that means that
but
everything we just said is
no, because the reason that Jesus is God is because he always existed with the Father from the beginning. That's why he is God.
so
And only the
God
Son of
can not do everything. That's what you said. You did
oh
admit
yeah,
you did say that. God can't do everything, but you only said it was one thing.
he cannot create evil. I mean, create. He cannot sin. He can't. He won't create evil. He doesn't create. I mean, not evil.
He definitely creates
Sin.
evil.
Oh
But
yeah,
doesn't
but that's based on the
doesn't
reward.
evil cause sin?
No,
Like
not in the
Satan caused you to sin, right?
the knowledge of good and evil.
No,
That's
no.
what I'm talking
Satan causes people to sin, right?
about. No,
Well, wait, what does Satan do then?
he tempts people to sin.
Uh,
Jesus was tempted and he did not. He never sinned. So
what about
the believers are the believers are tempted, and we don't. We, just because we are tempted, it doesn't mean that I have to sin.
so the devil is only that's all the devil does. He never gets to touch anybody.
Only the unbelievers, but not
Oh,
the
okay. Well,
believers.
then hold on. Then now we're back to what my point was, right? So the devil can cause you to sin if
No,
you are an unbeliever or a non-believer. Apologize. If you are a non-believer, the devil can cause you to sin, right?
no, you living in sin.
Who is not living in sin? Because
The
everyone
unbeliever,
sins.
the, well, in the eyes of God, to live in sin means that your sins are not forgiven.
How do you know if you're forgiven?
But when you are forgiven,
Hmm.
you know God's love.
And then what happens?
Transformation.
What
He
is
was sorry.
the what does
The
the transformation
transformation.
look like?
The transformation is from because we have all of us are born with our first birthright, which
No,
is
well,
flesh and blood.
how could I find these
Hold
people? What would I be able to see?
hold on, because we are born in flesh and blood, our mother and father. Now there's a second birthright.
Not
That's
Adam and
from God,
Eve.
being born of God. Okay, so when you are born of God, you become a child of God. Now you go from you no longer God no longer sees you as flesh and blood anymore. Now he sees you as a son. He doesn't
Okay.
see you as an enemy no more. Your sins are forgiven. God no longer sees you as an enemy. He sees you as a friend. He sees you as his child.
And that was after the fact, or God has always
Well,
felt that way?
well, God always felt that way. That's why
So
he
then once
formed Adam.
again, why did anybody need to do anything?
You know why he had to do this? Because God is a God of multiplying. So he wanted you to be, because you were missing in this family. You and I were missing in this family. So
So
what God
God
did, he formed the
needs
first
stuff
man.
too?
He formed Adam as the first son. Adam was the first son.
Keep going.
Okay, so Adam was the first son. And because Adam sinned, it doesn't mean that God disowned him as a son. No, it just means that he just sinned and now his relationship was changed. It's like me,
Did
right?
he have to do it?
Have to do what? Who, God?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? That's the point. So now you're
Because,
back to my title again. So hold on, because I want to just
what?
focus on the title here, right? What is stopping God from doing something different?
Because he keeps his word with Adam. God told Adam that he was going to multiply.
So you're still saying God is like
And
boxed himself into some kind of like rules.
he made a promise and he's going to keep it, regardless how the creation, if even when the creation was changed from life unto death, God never changed that promise. He still kept his word, saying that basically he was going to multiply Adam.
He could have
It just
multiplied
it
Adam
just
without anything like this happening.
uh
If we could think of something else God could have done, that is the point of my title.
well,
What is stopping God from just doing what you said without all of these extra
you know
things?
what's stopping him? Love.
What?
Because because if he flooded the world, and he flooded the whole world. I mean, he burned down cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, he did all these things, and that was before Jesus died on the cross, but to forgive us. But in the New Testament, it's love that is stopping them from basically burning the whole creation down, because now his relationship with man has changed, because Jesus has died to change the relationship between God and man. He's a mediator, he's an advocate, he's a middleman. So that middle, it's like if you're having problems with your wife, let's say you're having problems with your wife and you go to a counselor, right? And that
So
counselor
all
is
right, hold
gonna,
on,
it's
man,
gonna,
because this is going on, right? But the whole problem is you are still saying first you kind of start saying that God isn't forced to do it, and then you proceed to give me reasons why God is exactly forced to do it, which means there's something bigger than God. Like I don't
well,
know what it is, but if even if I were to agree with you right now, there is some force that forces God to behave a certain way.
well, it's called, what forces them to behave a certain way is called sin. It's like you're not gonna just allow anybody to break into your house. If somebody breaks into your house, right, you're gonna give that person a reaction to protect your family. You know that reaction, to protect your family. Well, that's the whole thing. God, He sent His Son to protect us from the lies of the devil. Somebody has to give us that warning. Somebody has to give us, because all of us are sinners. So as sinners, we're looking at life through sin. We feeling sinful in our emotions.
I'm
It's
trying to
called
figure out how to
carnal.
get the chat in there. I just took the chat off the screen for now since it was lagging.
Uh,
Um, okay.
but yeah, so what's stopping God from judging the whole creation is love, is that He desires to save man.
If God
Instead of
desired to save men, then he would have just
Mhm.
never caused the situation in the first place.
No, God did not cause it. Adam did.
No, he caused it because
No,
he put the weapon in the garden. He should not have put the
no,
weapon in the garden.
no.
Excuse me.
Adam was above death. Adam was
No,
above
no, no. Then now
death.
you're not answering the question. Like there is literally no reason for you to put a weapon around your child. And I would condemn anyone that puts
It's
weapon
how
around their children.
it depends on how you. It depends how you could teach your child how to hunt, right? You could teach them how to hunt.
God didn't do
It's
that. God just
how,
said, don't touch
how
this.
it's the responsibility that you're giving that person. If it's how you it's how that it's how you teaching your child to control that gun, to
But
use it
he
for.
didn't even do that. Name one verse where
Yeah,
God is actually teaching them what to do.
he was he was teaching them not to die.
That's not teaching. Like, so
Yeah,
if you're teaching your son or somebody or anyone, doesn't have to be son, obviously. If you're
he
teaching
was
someone
teaching
how to
don't
hunt, you
he,
actually give very specific instructions.
exactly, and he did give them instructions not to
No,
eat of
like
it.
that is like a
He
childlike
did.
instruction, right? That is like
He
you
did.
saying, "Hey, here's the rifle, son. Just go shoot it."
No, no, he
But
was
that's what you're
giving them.
saying. That's the scenario that you're giving. You're just
No,
saying, just go
no,
do it.
no. God did not tell him to go do it. He told him not to do it.
But he's not explaining everything. Like, if you're a
He
good
did.
parent, you actually explain why your children don't do something, right? So I know what
Well,
you're going to
that.
say. You're going to say he explained that they'll die, right? Now,
Well, I mean,
start explaining what death means to your child. Because if you also tell your child that they'll die, like a 4 or 5 year old, maybe 5 year old, you're starting to get it a little bit, but your 4 year old probably has no clue what you mean. If you're like, don't do this, you'll die. They'll probably laugh because they have no idea what you're talking about. You have to either keep them from doing anything because they're not cognitive enough to even understand, or you need to teach them. So as your kids get older, you start to actually teach them how to do things. As my kids get older, I don't just be like, okay, you're old enough to just know it yourself. We would call that a bad parent once again.
I,
So
well, you
God
teach
is being a
them.
bad parent.
No, no. God was teaching them. Now,
No, he
I would
didn't.
understand. Hold on. I would understand if he was not teaching Adam, then yeah, that's being a bad parent because you're not teaching, right? You're not teaching them this is wrong, this is death. Man, from a very young age, my grandma was telling me about, not to be running the streets, that I can die, that I can from a young age. Like I was 7 years old, and my grandma was already giving me, teaching me the dangers of life.
Yeah, but
She was teaching me. So is
you
it
got to
my grandma's fault?
tie
Hold
this
on,
back
hold
real for
hold
me.
on, hold on, hold on.
Tie it back. Tie
So
it back.
hold on. So when I made that choice to run the streets, could I blame my grandma for that? Because my grandma gave me warnings not to run the streets, but I still made that decision, knowing that the streets were not the right thing. I still made that decision to run the streets. So could I blame my grandma for running the streets and doing stupid stuff?
If your grandma, all right, here's the thing. If your grandma can stop you from hurting some other people, she should probably do it. If she can't, that's different. Are you saying God cannot stop somebody? Are you
Now
saying,
when
is that what we're saying? If you're
now when
saying that, then we're
okay,
talking
I'm
about a
gonna tell you,
different God.
I'm gonna tell you. Not when he's not there. If he's not
I
there, then how can you stop him?
like I said, then you have an interesting outlook And maybe I don't know. I don't know if I like part of what you're saying makes it more realistic because that's how the world looks. So I think that's how you came to this conclusion a little bit that obviously the other story makes no damn sense. So it's like you're like, okay, God has to have some kind of fault, right? And the fault was God couldn't be there. But you're not counting that as a fault. You're kind of saying that it's okay, but that's not okay.
See right here, right? Um, he says right here, he says right here, and they heard the voice of the Lord. Adam and Eve heard the voice of the Lord walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord among the trees of the garden. So the presence of the Lord was not there.
I understand what you're saying, and you are taking that verse that God wasn't there. And that's reasonable to me. But after that, you are saying that God is kind of a mess up, right? Because
So
if God can't control its creation and it causes all of these problems, then you answered my prompt, by the
what,
way. You said, what's
what,
stopping God? Guess what? You answered it. Can you say what it is? It's called not being all powerful.
well,
That is what
this
you're saying, correct? God is not all
okay.
powerful, right?
Well, the son. No, I'm not saying that he's not all powerful. What I'm saying that his presence was not there.
That's not all powerful then.
Okay. So, so Jesus is not Jesus, the flesh of Jesus, the man, the humanity. He's not everywhere. He's only in heaven right now. The
But
man Jesus, he's in
that's
heaven.
cool.
He's
So
not
then
everywhere.
you
Right?
already told me Jesus isn't all powerful. You admitted that one, right?
Okay. No, no. What it is a family thing. And as a family, as a son, he obeys his father. He's just being obedient. He
Is
doesn't he doesn't have pride to feel like he's above the father. No, he knows what the father has revealed unto him. So what that's why he says that he does not know the time and the hour, because the father
hey,
has not revealed that
you are
unto him.
actually taking the Bible for what it says in some parts, and then I feel like you're adding a little bit to it, right? If
No,
and just
well, I'm
work with
adding
me real fast because if what the Bible is saying, it sounds like you're also saying some of it might not be true, right?
no. It's everything. I believe the whole Bible is true.
You believe the whole Bible is true.
Yeah.
The whole Bible. There's nothing
So
wrong in
when
it.
Jesus says that he does not know the hour, it's because the Father has not revealed it unto him. So the thing is that only Jesus knows what the Father has revealed unto him.
You just said he didn't know.
Well, because the
Oh, what the
Father has
Father
not
revealed
revealed
to
it
him.
unto him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but
So if the
I'm trying to
Father,
lock down these. I'm trying to lock down these powers. Okay, Jesus's powers are what?
well, he had power to speak to the wind and calm down the wind. So
Okay,
that means that he
so
has power over creation.
Jesus controlled nature. Okay, what's the next thing that Jesus can do?
He made two five pieces of bread. He fed over 2,000 people. I mean, he had
So Jesus can what? What power is that?
oh,
You know
that's
what?
miracle power.
That just counts as nature, right?
Wow.
Jesus has power over nature, so that would count as walking on water. That would count as
Yeah. The
feeding.
power.
Now,
Yeah.
what other powers does Jesus have?
He has the power to create the heavens and the earth
So the same powers as God again. Now,
through fellowship, through relationship.
can God create the universe without the Father?
No, because his relationship, the Father is included in the relationship and everything that is done. So it's not that, oh, the Father creates without the Son. No, they it's like building up a house, and it's a group of, let's say, six people. All of them are working together for the same purpose, and the
Yeah,
purpose is to
but
build up the house.
what if I'm the richest person
Okay,
in the
so
house, right? I have more
all of them,
influence, right?
so all of them are one. All
But
of them are one.
no, I'm saying in
And
this scenario, is there a richest person in the house?
what do you mean? There's a
Like,
richest
because
person in
you
the house?
gave an example as like if it's people moving into a house. I'm saying, what if one of the
No,
owners?
building the house. I said building the
Oh,
house.
building. Okay.
Yeah. So if let's say 6 people are building a house, right? All 3 of them build the house. I
Are
mean, all
they,
6 of them build it.
can they all build any house that they can think of? Are they all powerful?
They're gonna have to build it. They
Yeah,
got
but
the
they can
power
do
to
it,
build
right? They have the power to build it.
it.
So
Yes.
now, again, I'm going to ask you, is Jesus all powerful?
Yes.
Okay. Is God all powerful?
Yes.
Or sorry, Father all powerful?
Yes.
Is the Holy
Because
Spirit all powerful?
yes, because they all
So
are one family.
now, again, what is stopping them together from just solving the problem from the beginning?
Because people need to be born.
That could have
Believers
still
still need
happened. Are you saying that Adam and Eve would have never had babies?
huh?
If God would have just forgiven them, wouldn't Adam and Eve still been able to multiply?
Yes.
So
But
then
but
there was no
but
need for the
remember,
punishment.
no. The condition, see, is based on the condition. Remember,
Could
when
God have
God
changed their condition?
yes, that's why it's called the resurrection. He promises that we're gonna rise again, and then we're gonna have a glorified body.
Why
So
couldn't God just do that
now,
at the
now,
beginning?
now, now that's why we're going to paradise where there's no longer sickness, no death,
Then
no more
God
weeping, no more war.
then God could have
That's
created that at the beginning.
well, he did, but Adam again,
So then,
Adam
okay,
became a
so
sinner.
in heaven, people can this start over in heaven again? You're literally telling me that this might start over.
That's why Jesus died on the cross to forgive us for our sins, so he can start all over. It's a new heaven and a new earth.
Right. So if somebody sins in
Yeah.
heaven this next time, what happens?
Well, they're gonna come. They're gonna fall down from heaven, just like Lucifer did.
Wait, so
But that's not gonna
this
happen. That's not
are
gonna
you really
happen.
saying this can happen again even after it's all over?
There's no longer death. There's no longer you overcame death. When he resurrects you from the dead, not you overcame death. Not all death is not all evil. Yeah, there is death that is evil, but there's death like the death of Jesus is not evil. We conquer death.
I mean, the death of
He-
Jesus was pretty evil.
no, no. Actually, it gives us eternal life, a new glorified body.
So you think the means or the ends always justify the means, right?
No, um, the thing is that at the end, everything is restored like without sin, no more death, no more war, no more
Then,
hate,
like I
no more.
said, God could have did the same thing at the beginning because you're telling me it's going to be perfect at the end. God could have just made it perfect at the beginning.
He
Can you?
did. Well,
No,
he
he
made it
didn't.
good. I would say he made it good.
He didn't make it perfect. You're telling me it's going to be perfect later.
Good and perfect is two different words.
Correct. Yes, you are telling me it's going to be perfect later, right?
Um, yes.
Okay, that means God did not do that at the beginning. So once again, back to the
Well,
title of the
well,
stream, what is stopping God? What is
well,
stopping God? What is
God,
stopping God?
well, God did create Adam perfect in love. Again, Adam, he changed his relationship with God. It doesn't mean that Adam was no longer perfect, right? It just means that his relationship has changed because God gave he gives the believer perfect love. His love is perfect even when I'm not perfect, right? So his love, just because Adam changed his relationship from life
I,
unto death, it doesn't mean that God's love was not perfect in Adam.
brother,
It
I
just
gotta
means
say
his
that I
relationship.
think you just made up, and this most of this crap is made up anyway. I think you just made up your own religion, man.
Nah, look, he
That's
says right
okay.
here.
I think you did.
No, hold on, he says right here.
You definitely say some stuff that no one in the Bible or no Christian would say, right?
Yeah, I'm different because
Oh, okay.
I,
I'm saying you. Yeah, I'm saying like, do you not see the problem with this though, right?
no, I don't
Now,
see the problem.
well, not just necessarily you. I'm saying now anyone can do what you did, right? What if I just tell you right now, God is telling me to say the stuff that I am saying to you. Now what do we do?
What was
Like,
that again?
like what if the Holy Spirit is speaking to me, telling me to tell everybody that the Bible is false?
Well, the Holy Spirit would never say that.
How do you know that? Why do you get to
Because,
know
uh,
like
because because the Holy Spirit is the one that inspired the prophets to write these things,
but
and
doesn't
the apostles.
God sends lying spirits?
Um, yeah, to the ones that were believing in other gods. Yes,
So what if you're doing that right now and I'm
no,
telling you the truth?
because I don't believe in other gods.
No, you do, according to
No,
me.
I don't. I don't believe in other gods. I believe in the Son of God, who the Father has sent to die for my sins, to rise again on the third day, to give me the gift of
But
the Holy Spirit.
you just admitted that God can
So,
send lying spirits to
yeah,
people.
if you look at the context, he's talking about people worshiping other gods.
Do you see what I'm saying?
But
If
it,
you
so,
have
so
if wait, hold on real fast. If you have a vision of what the God of the Bible is and you're incorrect, you are worshiping another God. Do you get what I'm saying there?
no, because I
Well,
believe
how
in the
not?
God of
Why
Abraham
not?
and Jacob.
What if that's the wrong one?
No, because Jesus says, "I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob."
What if who wrote it down was wrong?
Um, no,
How not?
because it was inspired by the Holy Spirit to reveal Jesus
But God also sends false
from
prophets and God also sends lying spirits.
yeah,
So
yes, he does.
how do we
Because,
know that the Bible wasn't
because
written by some of those spirits?
God doesn't send false prophets.
It hold
God,
on. Let me see the
God,
verse.
God, God
I
will
could be
send a
quoting it
lying
wrong.
spirit. He will send a lying spirit to a
To the
false
to
prophet.
yes, okay. So, so wait, hold on.
Yeah, but no. But the thing is this:
Wait, that's what I said, bro.
Adam, I mean, Moses was not a false prophet, so Moses did not have a lying spirit. Why?
We don't
Because
I'm saying we might
you,
not know that he was a false prophet.
you mean you don't know that?
We might
Because
not know either. You might not know.
I do know.
How? What do
I know,
you
I
does
know him
God
because
does God
I
talk
know
to
him.
you or what?
I, yes, he does. He
How,
talks to me through revelation of Jesus Christ.
all right, you're gonna have to prove that. How can you prove that?
That the thing I can't prove it to you
Then
because you don't have
that's
because I'm gonna tell you why I cannot prove it because of the lack of faith in your life.
all right. So Deuteronomy 13. All right. Even if a prophet gives a sign or wonder that comes true, do not follow them if they have led you after other gods. That's what you were talking about, right?
Exactly, other gods.
If
See,
there arise among you a prophet and giveth thee a sign of wonder, and the sign of the wonder comes to pass, saying, let us go after other gods, thou shalt not
see,
hearken. That's Deuteronomy, what you're talking about. Okay.
see? Yeah,
Now,
that is always so. So God
where
is not is like again.
where's the
God
lying
rewards
spirit part? I thought
people.
you were giving that
Oh,
to me. That's what I wanted, the
oh,
lying spirit.
God, well, God well, God rewards people based on what they do. So if a person does evil, right, you're gonna reward them with evil. You can't reward a good person with good. I mean, an evil person with good. It's like if you commit a crime and you go
Is
to the
God all
judge
living or no?
and yes, to forgive.
So back to the beginning. Why are we doing all of this if God is going to reveal us, or sorry, forgive us anyway?
I because you are missing in
And by the
heaven.
way, you did skip over the whole. It's a big deal that you can't provide proof that God speaks to you. That doesn't seem very fair.
Well, I can't help you with that. You're gonna have to have a relationship with God. It's like this. How could I know somebody if I don't have a relationship with that person?
I
It's like me.
whatever God is, right? Let's say
Okay.
I'm playing the game with you here.
So
Even when I thought I believed like you, God still never spoke one word to me.
Exactly, because you never had a relationship with him. You were never
Yeah,
born
but
again.
anybody, I can just say that about anyone. I can say that about you right now, right?
No.
I can. That's what I'm saying. You can just say that I didn't believe correctly, right? Because that's the easiest answer for you.
Um, well, listen to this. He says right here,
Can you answer that one real fast though, or respond to that?
what was it?
The fact
Again, I'm
that
sorry.
like the fact that you just said that and I like some people take it rude. I'm not taking it rude, but you're telling me that I didn't really believe, right?
Hmm.
So how can you know if I really believed or not?
Because you was never you was never born of his love. It's
Right.
because
But
love, hold on,
how do you say
because
that?
because you did not endure in that
How do
relationship.
how do you know that I didn't endure?
It's like me have being in a relationship. That relationship, if it does not endure, it means it was never real from the beginning.
Okay, so you're saying that
Because love
you
endures all
believe
things.
like you believe there's no ever a time to leave somebody that's like ignoring you and just not being there.
Um, what was that again?
If you like your wife, you said you're married, I think.
No, I was just making that as an
Oh,
example.
okay. All right. Even if it doesn't matter, who cares? So you're saying if you have a significant other and they're never around, never talking to you, never showing you love, you have never seen them, that you're just supposed to stick it out. That's what you're saying.
No, actually, you're right. I never seen God. I never seen him. But just because I never seen him, it doesn't mean that his love is not in me.
So you're just making it up.
No, no, it's not making it up. It's experience God's love. If you never
What
experienced it, then look what he
if
says right
you
here.
don't have proof of something, what is that?
Listen, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that love it is born of God and
I
knows God.
look,
He that loveth not,
I understand that you can read the
hold
scripture, man.
hold on. I'm not trying to read the scriptures, but I'm letting you know love. He says, let me read it from the beginning, and I won't read it no more. He says, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knows God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. So in this
Okay,
was manifested the love of God towards us, because God sent his only begotten Son into the world that we might live through him. So yeah.
got it.
Um,
That is what's written down. Yes, I got you.
so but
That
it's
does
not.
not mean what was written down,
Hold on,
right? It does
hold on.
not. No, you hold on for a second. That does not mean what was written down is true, and it does not mean how you're interpreting it is true, right? Because the
Um,
Bible also tells us that we could never know the mind of God, which is your first sign, even if you're going by the Bible, that you better be careful about what is written in it, because no one can know the mind of God.
well, the thing is, when you know him as your father, you do know the mind of God. You know him by love.
But the Bible says you
And,
cannot.
and the thing is, let's say it's not. I'm not just speaking of the love of God because I read it in the book. No, I'm speaking on the love of God because based on experience.
Yes, you're telling
I
me that, but then
experienced the love of God.
you also told me that you can't prove that you talked to God.
I can't prove it to you because you're not born of God's love.
I thought
I
everybody had God loves.
like it's um like I can't prove my mother's love if you don't know my mother.
Yes, but you could take me to your mother and show
Uh-huh.
me, and you could show me.
Well, no, because I know a lot of people that think contrary, and I brought them around my mother. So the way that you're gonna know my mother is not just seeing her appearance. No, it's spending time with her and having a conversation with her, and then you start getting to know my mother, her personality, what she likes, what she dislikes,
Yes.
everything.
So
Not, not
once again,
no,
why doesn't God show up for everybody and just talk to
because
everybody?
because what he has, the fact that it is your lack of faith.
Faith is
It,
not seeing things, though.
if you don't believe that God loves you,
Is faith
I can't.
faith is not
I can't.
seeing things. Faith is
Yeah,
not
it's nothing.
seeing.
And things that are unseen are more powerful than the things that you can see.
What? Say that again.
The things that you cannot see are more powerful than the things that you can see.
Prove to me the things that you can't see.
Um, I can't see your anger until it comes out.
Yes, but there's like actual
Uh,
signs of it, right? You can like physically see it, and we can physically see it. If I could uh scan your brain, right? I could actually prove that you have what we call anger, right? It's just a definition of something.
yeah. Well, you can actually uh to prove that somebody has experienced God's love. I'm the proof of that.
How?
I'm the proof that I have experienced God's love, not only emotionally, not only spiritually, but also physically. I have experienced God's love physically too. When He saved me from death, and I was talking to, and I was talking, having a conversation with the Lord, and He saved me from. So it's not just emotionally, spiritually, but also physically
What
that He saved me.
is there any possibility you're wrong?
No, because I cannot. This if I
See, I don't
if
like
I
that. Like you're saying there's no
if I
possibility you're wrong. Really? Come on.
no, because
That's not honest.
if I deny my experience in God's love, I'll be a liar.
No, I'm not saying you deny your experience. I'm saying, can you admit that you could be wrong?
No,
I
because
will believe you that you had an experience, but
because the
I am
love of
saying
God gives you because the love of God gives you confidence. The love of God gives you confidence. So I
that
can't.
I can
I'll
have
be actually.
I was a very confident basketball player, but I would tell you that I wasn't sure if I was going to make a shot.
Well, that's the thing.
You think
Like,
you might make it?
um,
I can admit it.
well,
Can you admit you can be wrong?
no, not of the love of God.
Oh, I don't know, brother. If you can't get to that first step, just like you said, I can't help you. I can't help you because my whole thing is trying to help people realize that they can admit some of these things that just might not be true and still hold on to their beliefs because I don't think you choose your beliefs.
If I,
So
if I
if you are a person that can't admit that you're wrong, we really aren't even having a conversation right now. I can admit I could be wrong. So you are
okay,
actually having a conversation with
well,
me. I'm not having one
well,
with you when you tell me you can't be wrong.
you claiming that you could be wrong because you never got to experience the love of God.
No, I'm claiming I could be wrong because I could
Okay,
just be wrong.
so let me use it like this. Do you love your family?
Yes.
Okay. Um, can you be wrong?
Can I be wrong about loving my
Do you
family?
love your family?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I could
Yeah.
I could think I do and maybe I don't like I'm supposed to. I don't know. You're right. Yeah. I could.
Okay. So can you be wrong in even having these emotions of love? Having those emotions of love, is it wrong to have those emotions of love?
It can be wrong. Like you can love somebody too much.
Okay. So what was I going with?
There can be a toxic love for sure. I think God has a toxic love. If
In
we're
what way? In what way?
the fact that God loves us so much, God will force us into this life and force us to either obey, love, and
Okay.
worship it
How come
or go to
if that
hell.
is true, if that is true, how come he hasn't forced you to believe in him?
No, or go to hell. You missed the last part.
No,
Sorry.
but if that is true, how
But you
come
missed the
God
last
hasn't?
part. You didn't let me finish. That
Okay.
was it was either love him or go to hell.
Of course, there's punishment. Isn't it any consequences? Like, let's say you're having a relationship. Let's say you're in a relationship, and and you don't believe that that person loves you. There's gonna be consequences of not knowing or having that relationship, and the relationship is going bad, and there's gonna be consequences. The consequences that could be you guys are not gonna be together. The consequences
Okay,
of
cool. Let's
denying
go with
Jesus.
that. What's stopping God? Because I'm going back to the title. What's stopping God for creating a nice place where people will be happy without God?
Nothing is stopping God. Actually, that's what he speaks of the future
So,
without sin,
so you wait.
without
No,
death.
no. What if there are people that don't want to go worship God?
Okay, well they're gonna then they can't be in his house. They can't be in
Cool,
his kingdom.
but God is also all loving, right? So, not why not just put a little spot
Well,
over here
well,
for the sinners that don't want to be with God, and they can just live happily. Like, why? What is stopping God from doing that part? God could do that, right?
because he loves
Like, and
you.
maybe it's not as like I don't even know, like because actually worshiping all day sounds kind of weird. It sounds like some slave stuff, but like, why can't God just create like a place,
Well, I don't actually
a
me
good place? By
worshiping
the way,
God.
obviously God's creating a place, the fiery place.
Well, for those who are not gonna enter, they gotta go somewhere.
Yes, they do, but God has to make it fire. God has to make it fire.
That's a prison. It's like a criminal. You can't reward a criminal with good. No, you're gonna have to reward them with prison. That's the reward.
Does anybody deserve to be in prison for eternity?
No, that's why he made a way. His
No, but I
the
mean,
blood of
after they did the crime or whatever, does anyone deserve eternity?
basically he came to correct um
No, but I'm
the
saying in the scenario, they didn't do it. They committed the crime. They are going to jail, but it's God's jail. Why shouldn't God's jail be the best jail there
well,
is?
well, Jesus never committed a crime and he went to prison. Why? Because to meet the innocent people in prison too. There's a lot of people innocently and in prison, and God suffered for them. Uh
Okay, I think you
he
missed
went
my
to prison.
point on the prison thing. Because remember, the point of what we're talking about is God can still do what God's doing, right? There would be like heaven, which is you're with God and you get to worship God and sing to God and praise God all day, every day for the rest of your life. And then you got this place over here that is still happy people. They just don't get to worship and praise God all the time. But there's
So
no
do you
burning
believe
over here. They don't have to
that?
burn. Or here's a
Well,
third
I mean,
option, let them just not exist. No pain.
well, well, the thing is the punishment, the reward. And now,
All
do
right.
you
Well,
believe okay, so do you believe that a murderer should be free or in prison?
I don't think a murderer should be punished for eternity.
Well, see, in the beginning, it was created to
And it
be
wouldn't even,
eternal.
and to be fair, it wouldn't even be it wouldn't matter if what I think, because I am not an all loving creature, right?
Okay, so
I'm not an all loving, all powerful, omnipotent creature. I'm not that. So when you ask me something like that, of course I'm going to make mistakes. We are saying there's this being that is supposed to be all of these traits, yet some of those traits just luckily
well,
go away when you need them the
well,
most. Like, you
well,
need God to be all loving when God's about to throw you into the hellfire. That's when you need God to be all loving.
well, no, well, that is love. That is love.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, that is love. To reward somebody based on what they do is love. Justice is love. You know how many people out there, like I know somebody that lost her son and gun violence, and hey, she's seeking for justice, right? She's seeking for justice. They still haven't found the guy or whatever, and she's seeking for justice because why? Love. Love, she wants justice for her son. and and
I don't get how
God,
this ties in, man. You're gonna have to tie it in for me.
the thing is, God is justice. So when He judges, He's judging based on justice. That's love. It's not you're not gonna allow a murderer to be free. No, you want to
I'm
put that murderer
I'm
in prison
I'm
because that's
granting I'm
justice.
granting you the justice part, right? Even though I still have some arguments on that. But like we said, what is stopping God from a not forever punishment? Do you think people get punished forever?
Yes, because they are eternally separated from God.
So if they're going to get punished forever, that is my point.
Yes, because see,
God, what is stopping
Satan,
God from
Satan,
picking a place that doesn't have to
because
get punished forever?
because Satan is getting that the lake of fire was not prepared for man; it was prepared for the devil and his angels.
Yeah,
Now,
but
if you
we already said God
okay,
knew that I don't want to circle back. So because
okay,
we
yeah,
already said that God knew that this was all going to
yeah.
happen. So
So, so,
I don't agree with that.
so,
But
so,
all right,
so
hey,
if
all right, brother. Like we I think we're just going to go back into circles now. So
no,
uh,
could I ask you that question though? Because remember, you said I can ask you a question.
sure, go ahead.
Okay, so what is your belief on how the first man was made?
Made? I don't think the
Yeah,
first man was made. I think we
made. Go ahead.
all life as we know it, this is what we know so far, came from a very ancient ancestor.
Okay, so can you
So
prove
like
that?
a man wasn't made.
So how did the man come into existence if he wasn't not made?
We are animals. We are living creatures, just like all the other
Okay,
living creatures.
so prove to me that you are an animal.
I have the same, not the same, sorry. My DNA is related to every other creature on the planet.
Is your DNA different than the DNA of an animal?
No, we have like, we all have DNA, right?
Yeah.
Every animal, everything has DNA, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're all connected. Every living thing, apologize,
No. No.
has DNA. So that is showing that we are actually all coming from some living being.
The DNA, the DNA of a dog is different than the DNA of a
There
human
are
being.
some differences in it, right? But you asked me
It
how I know I'm an animal.
doesn't.
It's you asked me how I knew I was an animal, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm an animal because I'm made out of the same things.
How can you prove to me that you were
We know
made out of
this.
the same? How?
I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not like I can't go take you to the lab. That does not necessarily a doctor, right? But sorry, I'm not that person that would take you to the lab and be able to show you. But if you really wanted to find out, you could go do it. That's what's so awesome
No.
about science, right? Like like I know people like to say science is a Bible. It's not, but I'm just going to pretend. I can go to the science Bible, tell you a verse, you can go check it. You don't have to interpret anything. That's what's so cool about that book is
Where
that
did you get the data from?
I mean,
How did you get
obviously science doesn't have a book, brother. I'm just giving you
how,
an example here.
to get your information from somewhere?
But I'm saying you can go test the information. I can't test any information you gave me. You even admitted that you couldn't even do something for me, right?
So you were believing
No.
in something that you never tested because obviously you just told me that you can't take me to the lab and anything, so you never really got to test
All right,
this.
take
So
care,
you just
Gio.
going by man. So you just going by the word of man, right?
No.
Because you never tested this. So how
Oh,
can you say that it's true if you never went to the
no.
lab and tested this?
Because there's plenty of people that have tested it and it would take the
You,
whole scientific world to be lying. This isn't just like one person saying these things.
so you relying on man
You're
because
relying
you
on
never
man as well. You know why?
yes, and man that
Because
were
the
inspired by the Holy Spirit.
yeah, well,
Yes.
see what you do there. I have men
Yeah.
that are inspired by actual knowledge. You have men that are inspired by some fake thing that was made up by 2,000
No,
years
I
ago
mean,
people.
disciples.
Like,
He had
like
12 disciples.
listen to that real fast. You like I try to listen to people that are experts that are now. You try to listen to people that were born 2,000 years ago, man. I don't know what to say there, bro.
So
I
you
don't know.
never tested it. You never tested
No,
if
there's
you
plenty
came
of
from
things
a
that I
certain.
have tested, right? There's
But you have tested your DNA though.
we can go I could go do that tomorrow.
Okay. So, but you still, and to this day, you haven't done
I
that.
know people that have done their genealogy. Like, like it's a thing, man.
So, but you never got to experience this. That
I
you
don't
never got to experience.
I am experiencing it by I'm experiencing it by seeing other people
You're not
experience it, right?
experiencing it because you never tested to have that experience to be true.
All right, brother. This, like I
Like no,
said, I enjoyed talking to you, man, and I actually think we'll probably talk again, by the way. But
because hold on,
we've
and I'll
been
let you
going like
go.
an hour now, right? You know,
Believe, right? If you never experience it, you never tested to believe that is
no,
for true. That's true.
that's not how
You
it
never,
works, man.
you never experience, you
You
never
don't have to
tested
you
it.
don't have to experience everything to know it's true, right? You believe that.
You have claims that
Like
you all about.
your whole belief is that, right? You haven't experienced like
You make
physically
claims
any of that, right?
but you never tested your DNA. So what is it? You never tested it.
Yes, but I know I'm related to my father.
But,
I know I'm
but to
related
know,
to my mother,
but to
right? So
know
it goes down
different.
the line.
But to know is different than to test it, because in reality, you can't claim that you actually tested this when you never did. So you don't
No,
even
no.
know if it's true or not.
Did I ever claim that I tested it? I actually said I did not go do my lineage for DNA, right? But there is plenty of scientific proof that we are related to animals. It would be easy for you to go do the studying. Not even studying,
So,
by the way. You don't have to study. You literally the science is already there for you. Somebody already did all of the work. If you wanted to replicate it, there would be steps to show you how to replicate it. Where in the Bible, like show me something in the Bible that I can go replicate right now and it will work right now.
love. But yeah, but so you
What?
base you basing your belief based on another man experiencing the testing.
Why do you keep using the word experiencing the
Because,
testing?
because I'm gonna tell you why. Because you claim that you are atheist, right? That you only live based
I
on.
haven't claimed anything.
But you haven't even proved if you really what those men are saying is true. If you haven't tested it, so you can't prove if they're really telling you the truth because you never got
Yes,
to test.
you can, right? Because there's plenty
No, no.
like let's get off of the DNA thing for a second, right? What other science do you believe in? Like, do you believe in any science?
Um, yeah, I believe in science that show the evidence of God, the existence of God.
Okay, I think you're trolling me now.
No, no, no. I'm letting you know there is science out there that prove the existence of God.
So that's the only science you believe in.
Yes,
Okay. All right, my
but
man.
you,
All right, all
but
right,
how
all
can
right,
you
all right,
believe
man.
in something that you never
All
got to
right,
test on?
all right, man. There's plenty of
Like
science that's been tested. You can't
I got
test.
to experience
Yeah,
God's love.
you can't test anything in the Bible, so I don't know
I
what to tell you.
that's the
But
thing, bro. Like,
hey, it's all
yeah,
good,
bro.
man.
I mean,
Just
if you
try
want
it
to believe,
another day, brother. We'll do it another day. Uh, so I appreciate you calling. You're definitely welcome to call back, but we've been going on for a little while right now, and I think we just been a little long. So I appreciate you uh, for calling in, man. So I'll check you another time. All right.
something that you never got to test,
All right, brother.
you never tested to believe it.
All right,
You know
brother.
it. All right, bro.
All right, man. Take care. All right. That was an interesting one, and at least he was willing to talk. There's definitely a lot of disagreement there. I feel like definitely a lot of contradicting stuff going into that. He was honest about some things, so I'm kind of cool with that. He said that, yeah, and I mean, even some of the stuff you were honest about, I guess you kind of flip flopped a little bit. I'm still not too sure about Jesus's power, but hey, thanks for stopping in. Check you another time. All right. I'm gonna try to catch up to some of this chat, but that was an interesting one. I will say that. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, what we got going on in the chat? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all debating? Anybody that wants to step up to the plate? I am always looking for a conversation. So if you're willing to jump in, let me know. Exclamation point Discord will get you the link. Anyone is welcome to hop in. Of course, you'll get booted if you got some attitude. I haven't had anyone that had a bad attitude yet, so I'm expecting, hopefully, things can stay that way for a while. But everybody that has come on to the chat has definitely, or on the voice chat, has been respectful. So hopefully we can keep it that way. And let you guys for a moment. I'll be right back. Like I said, we are looking for somebody to talk. So just hit that link and jump on in, and I'll be right back. All right, let's see. Do we have anybody that's ready to step and talk? I don't know what's going on about getting the stupid whatchamacallit. Get that straight. Get that live on the screen. The stupid chat won't pop up for some reason. I had some difficulties earlier, so anyways. All right, what we got here? Maybe he's trying to show scientists in another way. They got the idea of things for themselves. They think the universe through. Wait. Oh, Garland, you think the Earth is young? Is that what I'm reading? I would like to find somebody to give me a good reason why what's stopping God, you know. I said, thanks for the people that stepped up to the plate. I don't know what was going on. I'll try to figure out the setup I had because I thought I made a server. This worked yesterday, and then today, for some reason, people joining, it did not work. So I don't know, man. Oops, wrong button. Close that for now since nobody's here. Saying anything but say God created everything. They don't. Guess I don't know what you mean by doesn't matter. Like how old it gets. I think the James Webb Telescope, would it only add like if they said it was like some small percentage? Either way, the Earth is way older than 6,000 years. I don't know if you're saying that the Earth is 6,000 years or not. I did have somebody, if you watch one of my later videos, that said that. Anyways, let me know how y'all are doing. Yeah, I'm of the belief that since all we know is things existing, that existence has just always been. And however weird that sounds, I don't care because any other reasoning sounds even worse because at least we have some kind of proof. You just join this hashtag exclamation point Discord. You click the link and you will be able to hop on in. Space has always existed. Okay, so you're saying the universe has always existed? Is that right? Scientists can't even cure. Okay, COVID-19. All right. Everything we know is science from science. There has never been one thing proven from Otherwise, it would just be science, by the way. That's the weird thing, or the cool thing about science, is if you have something and you want to present it, you can just prove it, and then it now becomes science. But hearing things that you can't prove, I don't know, it's weird to me. I don't know how you can go along with that. Like, I'm okay if I just don't know, right? I'm okay with that. My bad, dude. I guess he's gone anyway. Anyways, let's see. Somebody asked about wanting to jump in, so I put the link in the chat. Go ahead and jump in. Come on up. Come on up. They say, don't be scared. It's all right. Everybody I've had come up has been friendly, so. You have to prove God created it. You can't just say that. You can't say science can't even prove or you can't say science can't even solve COVID-19, but I don't have to even prove God at all. Like, what evidence do you have? Like, there's more evidence that we can. I mean, it's the flu, so I don't know if you can cure the flu since it always mutates, but we can control it. What proof do you have of what you believe working? All right. If two or more of you gather, do your prayers come true? Because I've seen that fail over and over before. Like, what in the Bible actually comes true? Let's talk about that one. I guess deep inside, some don't deny that it could be something greatly divine. You know what? Since we're waiting, how many of you believers can admit that you could be wrong? I want to see how many honest people we have. Can you be wrong? Let's ask that. I can admit it. Can you admit it? Wait, who's pretty good? Who's pretty good? Did we really have somebody say no? Come on, y'all. I just wanted honest people, man. Some honest people. Come on, man. Honestly, if you say you can't be wrong, we really just can't even have a conversation. You are now Donald Trump to me. If you can't be wrong. Oh, it's because I don't have a question mark? Pretend there's a question mark. I know some people get kind of mad about the not having grammar correct. Sorry, there's no question mark. So all my teachers out there, I apologize for not ending my sentence with a question mark. Forgive me. we don't know if there's a heaven or hell. We just know there's an earth, and we know how it was formed. It was not created. Now, some people like to use the word created for formed, I guess. Patal, I'm starting to think you trolling me. I really want you to hop into the Discord. Who's the one that said they wanted to get in here? Don't be scared, yo. Come have a conversation with me. Promise it'll be all right. No fear. Hey, we got somebody that came up. Let's see. Now I'm gonna try to fix the permissions thing. You're gonna be my guinea pig for a moment. Zyren. Sorry, you're gonna have to tell me how to say your name in a moment. But I wanna see if I can fix this issue. I think it's muted down there. Move to stage. You're still muted. Hold on. Permissions. Add members. Go. I think I'm figuring this out. Okay. All right, let's see if this works. Did I get it? Can you talk now? It didn't work. Fuck. All right, we're going to go to the other channel. All right, try to unmute yourself in here. This one worked last time. Go to your Discord, hit unmute. Because I don't have you muted anymore, and this channel worked for the last person, so. Yeah, it says you're in here. Mute, unmute. I think I'm going to do it a different way. Once you join, I'm going to send you a friend request, and then I'm just going to call. Something must be wrong with my servers, so go ahead and jump back in. I'll send you a friend request. You can always unfriend me afterwards. It's all good. We don't have to stay friends forever. We can't see air, but breathing, yes, but we know what air is, right? I feel like that gets used a lot. Like, if you mean air by oxygen, then I mean, we know what oxygen is made of. That doesn't go well. I can't believe 12% of y'all say you can't be wrong, by the way. Not EU. Oh, my lamp. uh, that is kind of funny. It was the best way to like. Okay, hold on. That might work. I just didn't want it shining too much. I feel like that was like, I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Zarian, are you gonna jump back in? Just send me a friend request, or jump back in, and then I'm gonna send you a friend request, and we'll just jump on a call. I definitely want to talk to you, give you a shot to talk to me. So if you can, jump back on. Hate to have lost you just because we're having these technical difficulties today. What up, Buck? Welcome back. We had a very interesting call with our man earlier. Very interesting. As I say, he had a different outlook on God and Jesus that I never spoke of. Yeah, even if you're friendly, I mean, we can have a chat real fast. That's okay. I just know you had hopped in, and I'm having trouble with everybody being muted, but the only people that aren't muted seem to be friends already. So I'm thinking somehow I have messed up my server to where it's, I don't know. It worked yesterday. I didn't do any changes from yesterday. And now anybody that joins is just muted. And I went to permissions. Could you go to permissions? And then, like, I kind of get how it works. I'm not a dummy. So it says everyone. And then I have everyone check to speak. Oh, I think I found one more setting. I might have, hold on. Possibly, I might have fixed it. Also, if you want to join and turn on your camera, that obviously makes things even better. So, but it's okay if you're too shy. Maybe this worked. I did find one more setting. So I have the role for everyone that joins the channel. We also have to remember, guys, that a lot of stuff that's in the Bible was already circulating even before Christians were a thing, right? Like, if Christianity didn't make the world nice and didn't make, like, love a thing, people were already talking about these kind of things before that came along. Okay, maybe this fixed it. I'm gonna keep fooling with it. I just gonna need more guinea pigs to join. So if you want to be a guinea pig to help me figure out my audio, that's cool. I really just want Patal to come in here at this point because I feel like we might have I don't know, actually, because you don't answer questions. Maybe we won't have an interesting conversation, and I'm giving you too much credit. I'm still sad that 8% of you guys think that you can't be wrong. I'm going to actually, yeah, I don't know. I'll ask another question after this because I don't want to be wrong here because I'm trying to guess on who the 8% is that's saying they can't be wrong. So I'm curious actually, who's the 8% that say they can't be wrong? We're gonna have to dig a little deeper into that one because I could actually sting myself on that one. You need Discord. Your phone probably should have it, or your phone might have a Discord app, but either way, you would have to download it. I could start using Zoom, I guess, but I feel like a lot of people don't have Zoom because it's old as shit. I thought a lot of people would have Discord, and this is the first day it messed up. I've done it 3 days now, and it's been fine. It was fine. I can figure it out. I just can't figure it out on stream. I will figure it out after the fact. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's like a super easy fix, but I'm not gonna sit here on stream and I'll figure it out if somebody's gonna help me figure it out. But other than that, I'll deal with it. Oh, invite link is look like an old man right now. I stopped Nightbot from putting it because people were saying Nightbot was saying it too much. Somebody said, "Okay, Nightbot." So you're only not wrong to your wife. That's fair. All right, so you hopped in. All right, I'm gonna go to the stage. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull you up to the stage. Hey, it works. It worked. I fixed it.
Hello?
Yay, we hear you. Thank you.
Oh, hooray. Yay.
How's it going, brother?
It's going good. It was telling me just now that I needed push to talk, but as soon as you let me into this room, I guess that went away.
Yeah, I made this room the talking room. The other room was like supposed to be silent, really, because I didn't know how many people were going to jump in there and start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um a big problem with a lot of these live streams is that some of the is that a bunch of dudes have it set up that you can't watch or listen to the stream while you're waiting in the queue. So it just makes it really difficult to like wait in the queue to have your turn to talk.
oh wow, okay. They set it up so
Yeah.
you can't watch it either.
Well, like the Bible guy and John Cohen. Love those guys, but both of them, their internet, like John's getting fiber. I don't know if Dalton's getting something similar or not. But yeah, when you go to their VDO links to wait in the room, you can't listen to the stream on the same device or
Oh, it
or
just
watch it.
takes up too much of the server.
I guess it does, yeah. But like if you go to what's his name? I haven't seen very many of his things, but I did get in the room like a few times. I never got into the thing though. But his room does just play the stream, like so you can just see
Oh,
it
I
and hear
got you.
it as you're waiting. That's nice.
Yeah, I would
Um,
assume that would be better for people waiting, but yeah. What were you what did you want to talk about? Or were you just helping me?
um, I guess I'm both helping you and also wanted to just kind of chat, just shoot the shit because I'm not a believer. I hope that's not against the rules for tonight's stream, by the way.
No, I'm trying to get a gauge for what people are looking for and what they would want from me. Like I said, I have a little different style, I feel, than others, so I don't mind
Yeah,
having these kind of conversations and
yeah, yeah.
getting to know you. What's your name? What should I call you?
You can call me Ben if you want.
Ben. Okay, so Ben, you're the one in the chat I see, then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool, man, cool. So it looks like
With
you get
the
around like me as well. I'll be watching all of
uh,
all the guys and girls.
You've been you've been watching it for longer than me, though. I've only been an atheist for about 2 months.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
It's weird for me.
I was
So
asleep for 28 years. I
I don't
woke
use
up
the
recently.
word right.
The
Uh,
word what?
I don't like for me. I don't say like I'm an actual atheist yet.
Mhm.
But I'm on this mission to at least for anyone that believes in weird ass shit to just admit that it's weird ass shit.
Um, it's so funny. Like for the last like few months of me like either believing or still thinking that I believed. I don't know, not wanting to admit it. We can't choose our beliefs, but we can be in denial about them. And
That's fair. I like that. Okay.
it's funny. Like I was actually really jealous of atheists because they had a worldview that was consistent and made sense. Like I consciously thought that to myself. I was like, man, like I have to believe this or else I'm going in the fire. But like it just doesn't make any
Yeah.
fucking sense. Like I'm so jealous of these people who don't believe any of this because they just have infinite, completely easy fucking logical questions they could ask, and none of them have a good answer. Like literal 6-year-olds could think of these questions. These aren't some galaxy brain plot holes that somebody figured out over, years of studying this book. And it's like, aha, I finally found a tiny little flaw. It's more, no, it's like plenty of 6-year-olds have indeed asked these questions, and they ask them completely innocently, like, oh, hey, is there like, do we need sin to have free will? I'm sure 6-year-olds ask that every day in church.
Yeah.
6-year-olds come up with that question. They ask it totally innocently. They just want to know. They don't realize that it's a completely that simple question destroys the religion. Is sin required for free will? If yes, then there being no sin in heaven means there's no free will in heaven. If no, then that means there can be sin in heaven. Can you go to hell for sins that you commit in heaven? Can your salvation be revoked after you die?
Yeah.
It completely destroys the religion. That one fucking question.
There's a lot of one questions that destroy a lot of it.
Every question destroys it. Literally no, and I'm not being the slightest bit facetious.
I don't think
I
you
mean,
are
it
either.
is funny. It
I
is
don't think
funny.
you are.
But I'm
Yeah.
also being dead serious. Like, literally no question has an answer other than just admitting that it's not true. 2,000 years of apologetics and study, no one can answer the problem of evil. Not one person. They say, oh, free will, as if free will is a bad thing. It makes it sound like a bad thing, doesn't it?
It does. It does. While the
Free will
people
is to
that
blame
believe
for
these stuff
cancer and
though
earthquakes and
are
harmful ichthyosis.
the ones that want the free will the most. They want the free will to fuck over other people. They want the free will to take away other people's shit. So it's like the people that believe this as well are the type of people that are the persecutors. It's like, it's really weird. It's really weird how it works.
Yeah.
But
And
I mean,
then
it's in the religion though. Like, it is a persecution type religion.
it is, yeah. And
It is.
the funny thing is, I don't think it was I actually, I hold, like, I should disclaim, like, I hold this stuff in utter contempt now. Like, I used to love this so much, but now I hold it in utter contempt, right? But like, there are some things I think are like neutral to the idea. Like, I don't think that when Jesus said, "Be warned, you're going to be persecuted for this," I don't think he was trying to set it up as a persecution fetish. He was just saying, "Be careful because they're going to hate you for this." That's all it was. But nowadays, people are like, well, Jesus said we were going to be persecuted, so therefore we must be persecuted
Yeah.
everywhere we go, even in a literal Christian nation. Not the
Give me
USA is a
1
Christian
second.
nation.
I'm gonna let my wife walk by. She's gotta walk through this door. So 1 second. I gotta close this up. Okay, you're good.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job,
Even in
man.
a nation that's almost entirely Christian, we're still persecuted somehow. It's lunacy. It's a mass delusion that they imagine that they're all persecuted and they're having their rights taken away when they are the oppressors. And then you have people that use that when the free will argument breaks down, or if they don't quite believe that, they say, well, God created us and he's all powerful, so he can do whatever he wants with us, whatever. I consider that the most cucked of all apologetics right there.
The fact that God needs to do anything for anyone.
No. The idea that we all suffer and God doesn't stop it, or God can just kill us whenever he wants because he can just do whatever he wants.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, sorry. Okay.
yeah,
No,
he
yeah.
can. He created us, and he's God, so he can just do whatever he wants. We can't question it. The
We
most
would never
cucked
accept
apologetic.
that though from anything else.
Yeah, that was something that I figured out right on the same day that I said it out loud to myself. I said out loud to myself, I don't believe in God anymore, and I was shocked when I said it. But
Like, what was
it
your
didn't.
upbringing? Was it like pretty serious into everything?
It was Christian, and we did the stuff, but I was never abused. No one ever touched me inappropriately. My parents never hit me for saying a bad word or whatever. I mean, I considered myself lucky. I was like, but I tried my best to sympathize with people who had been harmed by it. Like, I was, anytime I heard about someone having been beaten or essayed in church or something, or their parents abused them, locked them in the closet to pray or whatever, my
I think.
response would not be, nah, man, that's not real Christianity. I mean, I would think it, but I would say, I'm very sorry that happened to you. I tried my best, right? And I was already very left wing for years before becoming a non-believer. But For like when I started college in 2016, right? Like that was the first time I ever questioned the idea of God.
Okay.
And I had horrible panic attacks for like a month. I lost like 30, 40 pounds because I couldn't eat anything.
Was that because
Um,
you were
Scared
because
of
I'm
hell?
I'm
Yes.
okay, because I grew up, I didn't have nothing bad happen to me in church at all. So
Good. I'm
I
glad
don't
to
have
hear
this
that.
anger at all. Um, and the one thing that people might have used against me, I found out wasn't true either, because like my mother's death, people might think I was angry at God, but it's actually the thing that switched me to being like, hold on, either God really just can't do anything, so I can't be mad at God, or that God isn't real.
Yeah.
And that's how I started looking at it from that point, because I'm kind of like you, where it's just like I was kind of so caring and all of that. I'm like, well, nobody would do this on purpose, right? So it's just
Hmm.
like, oh, it's like me seeing somebody burning in a building, but I literally can't get to them. That's how I
It
started thinking
can't
of
get
it.
to them, or could but don't want to, or could and do want to but don't do it because fuck you.
Well, yes, you go down that
Because
whole
don't
path, by
question
the
it.
way.
Because don't question it, or I'll throw you in the
Yeah,
fire too.
yeah. Well, no, don't get me wrong. You're going down the further path, but I'm saying how I kind of started, because the first thing you have to do is trying to make an excuse, right?
Yeah,
So, like, it's the
it's.
first excuse I made is like, oh, well, God just can't do it, which then now destroyed the Bible for me right there.
I mean,
Because if
really.
God can't do it, then the Bible's wrong already, because God can do anything.
I mean, it's funny, what's funny to me is that God not being all powerful would legitimately solve so many of
It
the
would.
problems with this theology. Like, no joke. And honestly, seriously, does the Bible ever actually claim that God is all powerful? Because there are numerous examples in the Bible of God not knowing something, not being able
Yeah,
to
that's
do
fair.
something, or not being present. It doesn't seem
That's
to
fair.
actually say that he's all powerful or omnipotent, right?
I
I
think
mean, like,
when you use the verses, kind of like, keep going. Let me look up something. Go ahead.
all right, while you look that up, I guess like if I die and I wake up in the afterlife and God's real after all, of course I'm gonna say, where the fuck were you during the Holocaust, and why did children get cancer, all that. And if his response is, well, the truth is I'm actually not all powerful, people just think I am. Like, really, I have extremely little ability to interact with the actual material world. You know what I'd say? I'd be
That
like,
would seem so realistic, bro. That would seem so fucking
yeah, I
real.
mean, like if he actually said that, I'd say, oh well, shit, fair enough. Like, yeah, totally, that makes sense.
Yeah.
By the way, am I going in the fire for not believing in you? And he'd be like, no, that's not real either. Come on, you can't choose what you believe.
And then
I'm like, yeah,
unfortunately, when we have to come up with that kind of funny story you just made, it makes it like there's no way these people got it right 2,000 years ago.
yeah,
They didn't just randomly
yeah.
pick that exact scenario that you just said, right?
Yeah. Have you ever noticed, by the way, that for every religion, wherever it came from, the people who lived in that geographic region at that time are exactly the kind of people who would make up a god like that?
Keep
Like
going. Yeah,
the
I think you need the
Christian slash
details.
Hebrew slash
Mhm.
Jewish guy. Oh, did you hear most of that?
No, I did. I said I feel like you want to expand on it though.
Yeah, yeah, but like the people who lived in that region at that time are exactly the kind of people who would make up a god like that. Like, uh, the Christian God, he's a horrible barbarian who
Oh
loves
yes,
slavery, hates women. Wants the tribe of people that conveniently knows he exists to go out and conquer other tribes. Well, the people that made him up are exactly like that. Huh? Funny that, isn't it? And it even. Can I do what?
sorry, I was talking to my wife. Since the air was hot,
Ah,
it's
okay.
getting hot in here, so turn down the air. Yeah.
I thought you were telling me to turn my mic
Oh
up or
no,
down or
you're
something.
good. Keep going. You're
Yeah.
good.
Well, and then like that rule even applies to things like Scientology. Scientology, the story of Xenu. It sounds like bad
Oh
sci-fi. Well, it
gosh,
just so happens that the guy that made it up was a sci-fi writer. How
that's a
about
good
that?
point. I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good point, and I like to tie that into when I discuss a lot of these things about ancient men, right? There is no coincidence that every single point in the Bible is mostly about men, mostly about men's decision, with the women in the background, which is literally how society was back then. So it's like,
Yeah.
is that, you know what I mean? That's just a
Yeah,
coincidence? I don't think so.
there's a verse I found out just yesterday, I think. No, 2 days ago. There's like a whole passage where like a young girl is gonna be like offered up as some kind of like sacrifice, like she's gonna be killed. And you know what the Bible describes her being the most sad about? She's terribly sad that she's never gonna be married. Like these people, the people that wrote this shit, the men who wrote this shit,
Yeah.
could not conceive that this girl would be scared to die or burn to death. They were like, no, what she's most sad about is that she's never going to be able to get fucked by a man 3 times her age and have a ton of children with him.
No, 100% true.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so
She's
obvious,
not
by
a
the way.
Christian. She's an
It's
object.
obvious, by the
It
way.
is so obvious. Like,
And
and I'm so relieved that I don't need to turn my brain off for this shit anymore. Really, that was what I was asking myself the last day that I believed. I told myself, Ben, at what point does this stuff become completely impossible to defend? I think this is it. I know too much now to believe this anymore. I can't do it. Like I've spent 10 years trying to convince myself that these words don't mean words.
Mhm.
Words don't mean words. Only when you read the Bible, though. If you read somebody a Bible verse and you say it's from the Quran, they'll be like, "Oh my, like holy shit,
Yeah,
that's
I love
awful.
that
I
trick,
would
by the
never
way.
follow God like that." And then you tell them, "Actually, it's from the Bible," and they're like, "What? Oh, I mean, it's not." It's like I don't like. How familiar are you with like the Pokemon games?
Enough. You could probably give me a scenario and
Enough.
it's enough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you ever read the Pokedex? It's full of bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, okay,
I
yeah.
mean, there are so many like YouTube videos talking about how Pokedex entries are complete nonsense, and they are. They seem like some of them seem to be written by people who have never like heard of Pokemon before. Like how it talks about how Raichu can kill an Indian elephant with a single shot. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And like I would sometimes read the Pokedex from the games, and I'd be like, this is complete garbage. But like the Bible kind of is too, but I make excuses for that. Why can I see it when it's not the Bible? But when it is the Bible, I'm supposed to not see it anymore. Like I ask myself that all the time. I was like, what is the difference? Why can't I do it? Why can't I think critically about this other thing? And
Yeah, that's so true. And it's
it's
because
well,
it
I'll tell
scared the shit out of you.
well, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you why. It's because if you think critically about it and you realize that it makes no sense, and you go with the sensible option, God's going to toss you into a lake of lava forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna actually make you immortal so that the lava doesn't kill you, and then he's gonna push you into the lava and never let you get out.
yeah, it's
It's so
100% true.
fucked.
It's like, and there's no way that you can defend that, but people defend it, and that's what's weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't really try to defend it. I was just ashamed of it. I took C.S. Lewis's stance on it. He said there is no doctrine that I wish I could just toss out and ignore more than hell. But sadly, we got to keep it because Christ
Not,
Himself talked about it.
yeah, and slavery and
And yeah, well,
slaughter and
Jesus didn't talk about slavery, but there's
bash the
tons of
heads
other
of the
places.
babies on the rocks.
Yep, yep.
Oh gosh.
Um,
Hey
yep.
Ruby.
Hi there.
Uh oh. All right, we'll let you get your microphone set up. Oh,
Oh
go ahead, Ruby. I
no.
think I see you.
So it is me. Okay.
How you
Okay.
doing, Ruby? Welcome.
Hi.
What was on your mind today? You have a reason for what's stopping God? Uh,
I
Ruby
guess
left.
not. I guess not.
Okay.
Well, it says they're still on the call. It just says the yellow exclamation mark by the name.
Yeah, I
So
think they moved rooms by accident. I need
now they're
to.
back.
There you go. I think you moved
Okay.
yourself out of the room.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
We
Go right
can now.
ahead.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is my first time like literally doing this. Like I have no idea how I just started doing stuff. I
Well,
am
you
so
did it.
behind on
You're on.
technology that I'm like, what? We that do?
The
I'm
thing.
so excited
Are
just
you
to get in here.
are you moving around a little bit?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
being still.
All right. Just when you if you move the mic away from your phone, or sorry, your mouth away from your
Gotcha.
microphone, yeah, you're good. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay. Can you hear me now?
yeah,
Is it better?
yeah, you're good. So
Okay.
we'll let you take the
Okay.
floor. What you got for me?
Okay. It's been so hard to try to get like I'm not this is like my first time doing this ever.
That's all right.
Chatting with somebody else online like this. That's it's different. Okay, so your question was you've had I was trying to keep up with the conversation before, but it was too much for me trying to figure out how to do this and listen at the same time. So I'm sorry.
Okay. So the
That's what
title,
I was talking about earlier.
yeah, the title
Yeah,
is "What's Stopping God," right? And the reason I put that in there is because I believe we can kind of talk about many things, but we would need to know: are you a believer in God, and what God do you believe in?
exactly. God, that's a good question because there's so many answers to that.
Maybe.
um, yes. Um, yes, I am a believer of the only God. There's only one God.
Okay.
I don't believe in a whole bunch of other stuff. Just the Father. Um, that question is just so big. So like
You
I
can
need to
pick
go.
you can pick one point. That's why I like it, because I
Yeah,
think
that
if you're
question
being
is like
honest,
so
you'd be
big.
able to. Can you think of some things that I would be complaining about when I'm saying what's stopping God,
See,
and
the
then we
thing
can
is that
start
I
with that.
just found you. So I just started listening to you. This is like my first day.
All right.
So I don't
You want me
even
to
know.
just tee it up for you and then you can answer?
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
So, uh what stopping God from heaven already being here?
What's stopping God from heaven being here already?
Yeah, why aren't we already at the end?
Okay,
Like, why
okay,
does an all
okay,
powerful being need a plan for
okay.
anything? Like,
What
can't he
if
just
I
do it right
tell
away?
you what? Okay, what if I tell you that it is all done? How about that?
Well, what does that mean?
Are you saying that we're already in heaven or hell?
Yes. So what if? So what if I say that
Your different take, I tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
what
mean,
if I
people
say
make the
that
joke that we're in
Jesus?
hell all the time, but I've never heard that this is
Yeah.
already heaven.
Well, okay. So yes, this is hell on earth right now.
Oh, okay. So it is that.
Mm.
Yes, it's that. So heaven can be in us. Heaven is in us. You know, Jesus said the kingdom of God. No, the kingdom of heaven is inside of you. It's at hand,
So
right?
is everything kind of a spiritual thing to you?
Um, yes and no.
Because Jesus said there also will be a physical place here. Is that
And this
coming?
is the physical. Is
No, well, he said
it?
he's going to be reigning, and his kingdom will be here. Where's
And it is
Jesus reigning at?
okay. So that is the physical part is here on this body. So this is he is reigning, but it's reigning in the body,
But
not in the world itself.
what about the billion or however many billion Hindus that don't believe in Jesus?
Okay,
Are they still
that's
they're still
but
here in
that
heaven?
no no no. Meaning okay. So meaning what I'm trying to say is that is every individual. So you either believe it or not, right? You either have
Well, I have
you
no
either
choice, right?
believe
Do you
in
believe
God.
that?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You don't have a choice, right?
Oh, you're saying that you don't have a choice. Okay,
Mm-mm.
I got you.
Do you believe you have a
I'm
choice?
I believe that you do have a choice. It is up to us to either believe or not.
But
In
you
the
How do
can't
truth, of
choose your
course.
beliefs.
how do I make myself believe?
Yeah, you can't believe something unless you're convinced that it's true. You can't decide that
Exactly.
something is
So the
true.
so something is not true. So that it has to be truth. The truth, correct?
No,
Not true.
you can
No, because you can
absolutely
believe
believe
that's
things that are
unreal.
not true.
Yeah, you can
People
believe it and
believe
not
things that
believe it.
aren't true all the time. I mean, if you like just acknowledge that there are non-Christians, then you know people believe things that aren't true. If you think Christianity is true, but there's clearly non-Christians in the world, then clearly people do believe things that are not true, right?
Exactly.
I mean, we're
And
atheists.
that's
I mean, I am at least. I have a headache. Doesn't claim that
okay. So you're
necessarily, but
atheist, got you.
so you
Because
think that I believe something that
you
is
don't
false?
believe in God then
No,
at
I
all,
don't.
right?
Not anymore.
Exactly.
No.
And that okay, and that's fine because that is your choice.
Well,
See,
no,
the
Is
he's
thing
it
not.
fine
about
though?
That's the thing. He's not choosing it, right?
No, I'm not
So
choosing
I
it.
oh
think
I
you're.
was.
I
oh
think you're
you're
meaning
not
that.
choosing it.
Yeah, I think you're
So
meaning
No.
that
you're
you have the option to act as if you believe. Is that what you're saying? Like
no.
I can act like I
Tend to
believe
believe.
You
something.
still you still have to you still have the choice. By you saying you don't believe.
Can you make yourself not believe?
Like
Oh,
Ruby,
okay.
our point is, Ruby, like when
Uh-huh.
you like belief is not a matter of choice, because when you believe something, it's because you've been convinced of it. And when you become convinced of something, your brain automatically tips into the territory of you now believing it. It happens without your consent, without you wanting it to. You can be in denial over it, of course, but
Okay.
you now
I
believe
see
that
what you're
thing, even if you don't
okay.
want to.
Okay, you
Okay.
see it now. So okay,
Put it,
go ahead.
hold on just a minute.
Yep, go ahead.
So now your view is both the same or yours is
Yes.
like that but the other guy
We can say we both
the,
agree that you don't choose your beliefs. Yes.
yeah, so both of y'all agree on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
As does
So
every serious psychologist and biologist who studies the
okay.
brain.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Oh, so okay, so so you're not a Christian then, right? Both of
Oh
you are not
No.
no.
Christians?
No. No.
No.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. See, I thought
Yeah.
this was a Christian show.
No, it isn't.
It's a
Okay, I
show.
got you.
It's a show about me wanting to for Christians to admit that the Bible is probably wrong.
I got it now. I understand what you're saying now. So you don't believe okay. So here's my thing about I believe that the Bible is just a little bit of info for us humans, but it
Okay, who
doesn't
gave it
give
to us?
us yeah, but it's not all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only a little bit. Like God gave us a little bit of food,
That doesn't
but
seem
not
fair.
enough. That
Do you
doesn't seem
do
fair.
you see how that's not
'Cause-
fair? When I'm gonna get punished to burn,
Yeah, really.
right? Like
because
if I'm gonna get burned and you didn't give me the
oh,
all the details, that's not cool, right?
exactly. So
Wait, exactly.
God,
You agree?
yes, I am agreeing with you
Okay, which
that
part? Before you continue.
everything is everything's not in the Bible.
No. I'm saying, is it
Well,
fair?
yeah, video piracy laws are not in the Bible.
Right? So, like, is it fair that God did not give us all of the information? Is that fair?
I got you. Is it fair that God didn't? But how do
Yeah.
you know that He didn't give you
You.
all the
Oh,
information?
we just agreed
Because,
because you
Ruby.
just said it, right? You said that the Bible is not everything, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. The Bible is not everything.
Okay,
It's
so where else
okay.
do I get the
It's
So
info?
the Bible. Okay. I'm trying to like I'm trying to get like a understanding of So I'm
Well,
talking to two people that don't believe in the Bible, correct?
That's for sure.
I
Yes.
believe in the Bible. The Bible clearly is real. It's just filled with completely false claims that are not supported by science or history, or common sense logic. Like the idea that
Okay.
because of something that I can't choose, God is going to toss me into a lake of lava forever.
I
Without
got
God.
I kind of get it a little bit. So you're saying, okay, so you're, because you're not making your choice, God is making it for you?
No, I'm
Well, yeah.
saying
I
that
mean,
you can't, God's making the punishment, right? But I am saying that if the out or sorry, if the rules are I have to
Mm.
believe or not, right? Or sorry, or go to hell, and I don't choose my belief, I feel like that is an unfair punishment. You are punishing me for something that I have no control over. And then add on to that, God is the one that created me in the first place. So that makes it like really bad.
not to mention the
Okay.
divine plan that was laid out from the very beginning of time, which God foresaw every single thing that would ever happen, and still chose to send almost everyone who ever was going to live to burn in hell. He, like, if me not believing in him is part of the divine plan, then he planned for me not to believe in him. That's literally the logical endpoint of what the divine plan entails. So either he's fine with me not believing in him, and he's okay with that and loves me anyway and won't condemn me to hellfire, or maybe this whole thing just isn't really true because it makes no sense and it's not fair.
I
Or
got
do you
you.
think God's
So,
not fair?
so okay. So
Go ahead. We'll let you talk for a little
I,
bit. Go
okay.
ahead.
I'm like super excited, so I'm like gotta calm down a little bit because I'm not used to this. So, um, okay. So you're saying that, so you're basically saying that it's not fair that God has allowed all these things to happen, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Things that are not our
Okay.
fault, like babies being born with
And you're right.
epidermolysis bullosa or harlequin ichthyosis, these horrible birth
O-
defects that
Exactly.
either kill them on the way out of their mother or cause them to suffer for several decades before they go to the grave at an early age of like 30 something through no fault
Exactly.
of their
Yeah,
own.
let's let's pick
Okay.
one
So,
thing for
so
you, right? So go ahead
one
and pick
thing,
one of
I,
them, and you talk on that one, and I want to hear
okay, I got you. I
your
got you.
reason for that. Yeah.
Okay. So, um,
Do you not think anything's bad in life? Like, do you look out into the
yes,
world and see horrible things
yes.
happening?
I
Okay,
see,
pick one
yes,
of those for me. Pick your favorite
I
one.
see,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, for instance, truth. What is truth?
Wait,
Things that are
is that the
true.
horrible thing you're picking?
That's a horrible thing I'm
No, no.
picking.
I
Yes.
want you to pick a horrible
How is the
thing that you
truth
know.
horrible?
Oh,
Yeah, I want you to pick
because
something bad, right? Because at first I want you
because
to be honest about
believe
what's
is
bad,
not
right?
okay. Because believe is not a good word. I like the truth.
But you have no
Believe is
proof
just
that God exists.
okay. I cannot prove that God doesn't exist, but I can let the truth,
Where do you get your truth
um,
from?
You can let the truth what?
the truth from what I've what let me see how can I put it? See,
Let the truth guide you,
yes,
but
yes,
you
like
don't know
let
that
the
it's the
truth
truth.
exactly.
Could you be
How do
being
you know?
lied to?
Okay, so let me go with anger.
Okay, anger. Go ahead. Let's stick on
Okay, so
anger
let's
though
go
for a
with
second. We're jumping a little
okay,
bit.
let's
Okay.
talk with anger. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, God calls it evil, correct?
I don't know about that. God gets angry all the time. Can God be
Yeah,
evil?
God does get angry a
Oh,
lot.
so
Like he
do you?
specifically
So do
describes
you?
himself as a jealous,
Oh,
vengeful
okay,
God. Yeah,
okay,
seriously,
okay,
God
okay,
does
okay,
get angry all the time
okay,
in the Bible.
okay, okay. So how? Okay, one question:
Okay.
Can you create your own thoughts?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I can't create my own beliefs. I can think whatever I want, but I can't believe what I want. I have to be convinced that
Did you
those
mean
things are true
control
before I
or
start believing.
create or control? I'm sorry.
Yeah, create. You think you can
Yeah, I can
create
think of
your
some stuff.
thoughts?
Yeah, I think I can randomly think of
Oh,
stuff.
so how do you do that? Like, tell me
Um,
how you create your own thoughts.
Usually off of like just my reality, right? I look around and I can come up with my imagination can come up with things from like mimicking things that I see in reality, right?
Okay, but
I can't
you're
think of
just
anything I've never seen before. I don't think you can do that.
okay. So then, if you think you can't do that, then who's putting those thoughts in your head? Like, who's putting those thoughts in your head? You know, we have lots of thoughts in our heads
My
all the
random
time.
thoughts are just
Correct?
that's
Yeah.
just my brain neurons firing off all the time, chemical
You're
reactions.
Ruby, you're not saying that our thoughts are the voice of God in our brains, right? Talking to us?
No, it's the opposite.
Okay, good. What, our thoughts are talking to God?
It's the no.
Okay, well
God
then go ahead and
doesn't use.
explain it. You
God
explain what you
doesn't
mean.
use. God doesn't use. Um, he's a voiceless God.
How convenient.
I don't know. Are you a biblical person or no?
Yes,
I
Okay,
mean, God
so
talks to
God
people
definitely
all the
talks in the
time out
Bible,
loud in the
right?
Bible.
but how do you know that?
That's what
Like,
if I'm pretending with
That's
you, right?
that's your book's claim.
I think the stories are not true, but if I'm going to pretend with you, then God audibly talks to people.
Yeah, he appears to people.
audibly?
He sends his
Yes.
angels. He became the form of a burning bush for Moses. He takes lots of different forms. He wrestled with Jacob as a man.
Okay. Okay. So, but you didn't get what I said a minute ago. So if God is not the one that putting the thoughts in there, then who is?
I'm asking
Like,
you. You go ahead. Who is it?
yeah, who is it?
Okay. So if you okay, it's the devil. I
Okay,
mean, it
I
basically
thought you
comes
were gonna
down to
say that.
that.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. So I just needed you to say it. Okay.
But how do
Okay,
you
so
know that?
but because remember that this is a spiritual battle, right? Like this is a
Why? Wait, hold
spiritual
up,
battle.
Ruby. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
but when we say it's a battle, that's weird to me
Yeah,
because that goes to the point of my title, which
I
is
know.
what's stopping God? Why is there a battle? Is God not
Why
all
can't God
powerful?
kill Satan?
Okay, okay. So that's why I wanted to be able to speak because I'm not good on typing and I'm very slow on typing and I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna take forever.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Um.
But can you answer the question too? I'm sorry. Okay, I just wanted
Yes,
to answer.
yes.
Yeah,
What
go
was the
ahead.
question again? I'm sorry.
So why is God allowing that like Satan to do those things?
Okay. Well, in the beginning, in the beginning, like when he created, like you were talking about in the garden.
Hmm.
5,000 years ago.
Yeah, whatever, however long it's been.
Okay.
Um, he created the devil as an angel, and the angel was, he was most beautiful angel in his realm, in the heavenly realms. But the angel wasn't satisfied on what the creator had made him for, and that was to create music.
I know that's a lot of
Uh,
like mythology that's being added on there,
exactly,
right?
That's
exactly,
not in the Bible
right,
that
So
Satan rebelled against God and
can
tried to
we?
overthrow him.
exactly,
Well, no. What I want
exactly.
to focus on, Ruby, is just the
Uh-huh.
question, and like you're not answering why. So just pretend I kind of know
Why?
the
Because
story, like, but tell me
okay,
why God allowed it.
why God allowed
Why is Satan there?
Adam and well, it wasn't Satan. He wasn't Satan then,
Okay, so
but
did
because
God
his
know he was going to
uh,
turn into Satan?
yes,
Okay,
he
so
did.
then what stopped God from not
Okay,
allowing that? You get what I'm asking now?
yes, and
Okay.
it's because he has because when he speaks, I mean, like when he speaks, all those things have to happen.
Okay, so why didn't he speak it out of existence?
Why doesn't he just say
I'll roll with
Satan
you.
is now dead and Satan just poof disappears?
Yeah. I'll roll with you.
He's not dead.
No, why
I
doesn't he do
mean,
that?
Yeah, but why doesn't God kill Satan?
oh, I got you. I got you. I got what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he made his creation. Oh, okay. So you're asking why doesn't he stop it? Because he doesn't have all of his children back with him yet.
God could do that if God
From the
wanted
So
to,
why
right?
beginning
does
to
so why
right
can't he just
now,
get us all back? He's all powerful. He can do anything he wants the instant he wants to do it. So why doesn't he do it?
because he is a loving God and he is allowing us to either choose him or choose
Be
darkness.
tossed in a lake of lava forever, right?
What
Choose
about
him or because he's a loving God, he's gonna toss us into a lake of lava for all eternity. Right.
what's gonna
N-
It's not
happen?
that
Hold
completely
no,
on.
backwards.
One second.
no, it's
Uh
not.
what's
That's
gonna
not
happen,
what's
Ruby,
going.
when heaven with heaven? What's gonna happen?
Okay, so in heaven, so again, it's all spiritual. Okay, I don't really know.
Is Jesus coming back?
No, he's already
Oh,
came.
okay. So you have a different theology in a way.
Yes, I have a different view of whatever else. Yes, I do.
Okay,
And
so
I
how do I
believe,
distinguish between yours and someone else's?
yes,
Because I was definitely brought up
okay,
differently, right?
yes.
Okay.
Um, because I had a lot of anger in me and I didn't see it until I was, because
Well, I'm not
again,
angry. I'm not
there
angry.
was, okay, good, good, good. You don't need to be angry.
So,
You don't need to have anger.
I still want to have the answer though.
Yes, I'm trying.
uh,
I'm
okay.
getting there. I
Okay.
mean, I'm gonna. This is not like a quick answer. This is a hard question because this is like me trying to be God and I'm not God.
But aren't we kind
I'm
of
only a,
pretending to know God right now?
I'm on
Both of us, right?
I mean,
the what?
We're both
I'm not
pretending that
trying to.
we know God. I'm pretending that I know what God is doing, right? You're also pretending to
Gotcha.
know God, right?
Yes,
So
exactly,
how do we
exactly.
know who's
So
right?
what's the difference? What's the difference is that I I have to let go of my ego and I have to let go of the ego and I have to let go of myself. Like there is no me. And because there is no me, um God is in control of me.
How do you know
that doesn't
that?
make
Now
any
I
sense.
How do you know?
how do I know?
Yeah.
Because I God has allowed me to see the anger that I had the evil that it was inside of me.
Okay,
So
what do you
because of
I
consider was
mean,
evil? What do you consider was evil?
okay,
in what
evil it's
measurable way are you a better person now than you were before?
um
Just that you believe in
uh,
God?
the,
Obviously, you don't have to spill too much
n-
personal stuff.
no, it's because I can I see a little bit of the truth, little, not the truth, but a little bit of the light. Let's go with the light. I guess because in this world, it's only good and evil. It's like good versus evil,
Yes, but
and
Ruby,
that's it.
remember the question is why God's allowing that evil part.
Because he's still waiting for his children to come in
Okay.
with him.
Could God
Oh,
instantly bring all of his children at some point?
yes,
Okay.
So why
So
doesn't he?
why doesn't that
yes.
just happen? Or why hasn't it already
Why?
happened, right? Like say God, like why aren't we just zipped there? Like why aren't already at the end? I know you did say we're at the end, didn't you?
Yes,
Do you
I
think
did
we're all
say
in
we're
heaven
at
right
the
now?
end.
She
No,
said this is hell earlier.
yes,
So
this is
you're in hell
hell.
with me right now.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say, say that again.
You're in hell with me right now. That's what you're saying.
Yes, because
I've never heard. Okay.
be-
You've never heard people make the joke that this is hell? I've heard that.
Not
I
like
hear that
seriously. I think
constantly.
Ruby's being serious. Like, I
yes,
hope.
I am being serious. Okay, by the instance, I mean,
Where
okay,
do
when I'm
non-believers
saying
go when they die then?
what I'm saying, this is what I'm going to try to say. What
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
saying is that right now, um, I'm saying that hell is it's in every human being, every one of us. There's evil inside. When I'm saying that every human right now is evil, and to
Every human has some
you,
evil. I agree.
yes,
Yeah.
and to you realize that you are evil, and you see, and God is allowing you to see that. But when you see that, God is also allowing you to know that that is not you.
All right.
That is just
What about the babies?
what about the babies?
Why are they in
I
hell?
see, but how are they in hell?
Oh, so okay. So you think babies are
But
born
you
without it,
get
right?
Exactly. Okay, so here's about my thoughts. Okay, let's go back to thoughts,
Okay.
because it's like a big a circle. It's a circle. Okay,
Yeah, this is a
what I'm
circle.
saying
Yes.
of is
Go ahead.
good. Is good versus evil. Okay. Now, I'm not saying, I'm trying to say that that is the battle. It is good versus evil, and it has not stopped. Now, Jesus fixed it, but we don't
Mm-hmm.
understand what he fixed.
Okay, explain me what
He
he fixed. Go ahead.
he fixed what the devil did by
All right. So now do you see how we're
by
at the
letting the
circle,
people
Ruby?
fall.
We're at the circle.
I
We're at
know,
the
right?
circle.
I know.
Well, no,
It's back in the
that's not
circle. Okay.
good. That's not good. That's not
Ruby.
good.
All right. If
Okay.
I could
Remember
just
that I'm new at this. I mean, I'm new
No,
at
you're
talking to
okay.
people.
But I'm just saying
So I'm
we're
a little
going
bit
back to
nervous. I'm a little bit
we're just
nervous,
going back to
okay?
the circle, right? Because that's
No.
okay.
To,
But
to type. Okay,
remember the point of this. Hold on one second.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Remember the point of this. It's what is stopping God, right?
That's
So
right.
let's just say I agree with everything you're saying. I still would have the
Okay.
question of what is stopping God from making it different. Why isn't it just why isn't it different?
We-
Why does it have to be this
Okay.
way?
Okay, because it's through humanity. Okay, so the whole reason humans are here in this earth is because he wants it to look just like heaven. He wants his
hell.
children. Wait, he wants his children uh to be, I mean, he wants heaven down here on earth. He wants earth to look like heaven.
I know, Ruby, but
But
he could just do it, Ruby. Right?
he already did it. It's just
Yeah,
we
but
don't
no,
know that
Ruby,
he did it.
you just said he wanted it to be.
He does. But
Work
the
with me here. You
children,
said he wanted it to be, and then you're saying it is, and then you're saying
because
it's
it's
not.
because I'm not able to Okay, so it's not that I'm not able to do it. It's just
I
that
think it
it's all
is.
spiritual. It's a
Yeah, okay.
spiritual
Spiritual,
battle.
then that's tough. If everything's
Oh,
spiritual,
oh,
then
right.
that's
Okay,
gonna be
so it's a
tough,
bunch
right?
of so it's just a bunch of gobbledygook that has no rules, and you can just say whatever you want.
No, no, that's not true. So do you believe in evil and good?
Yes, yes, I believe in good
Yeah.
and evil, though I don't
I
have
think we
Okay.
objective
describe it,
morality.
right? Like
Yes, we can
that's a
describe
description
it.
of something. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
a
It's not really
description.
there, right? If there's no people, is it still evil?
So it works through people.
Okay, so if there are no
That's
people,
what I'm
there's
trying
no
to say.
evil, right?
Basically, like if
Okay, so
this
then
earth right
yeah.
now, so if we get rid of all people,
Yeah.
the earth will be beautiful.
Yes,
No, I meant like evil, right? Evil's gone if people are gone, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so then I would say evil doesn't really exist then.
So why not? You see it all the time.
Yeah, right, but you're saying it's only from what we describe as human beings, right?
Yes,
So
it's human
I
beings,
don't think existence relies on if humans are there or not.
but everything runs through the humans.
We're just like every other animal, right?
No, we're not animals, but we
Oh,
act like
okay.
it.
You don't think we're
We have the
animals?
we
nature.
are animals, Ruby. We are
We we we
absolutely animals.
we are the top. We are animals, but that's the nature of the devil,
No,
not
not
God's
animals
nature.
like
No, that's the nature of
not the
biology.
description like, oh, you're an animal. Like, no, we're like really animals. We're
Okay,
mammals.
Yes, we
if I
are.
could just say
Yes,
something
we
quickly
are.
about the devil and like his influence. Okay, so like this, I mean, this is just I don't even understand what we're talking about anymore. Can I like the devil? Let's talk about
I'm
him, right?
sorry.
So
Okay.
God God is so loving that he has
Yes.
decided to allow this
Yeah.
evil primordial entity, this demonic devil to enter
Yes.
my mind and corrupt me and possess my thoughts and turn me against God. Why would God just not let Satan do that? Why would he allow Satan to have that psychic influence on us so that we can hear him talking to us, but not realize that it's him and our thoughts turn twisted and dark because of it? Why not simply
Be-
not let Satan control
because
us in that way? Just stop him.
because
Why would he do
because
that?
that because that is the devil's way. I mean, straight
I'm
up,
not
that is.
asking
All
about
right,
the
it's
devil. I'm asking you, why doesn't God stop the devil from doing his way? Is the devil just too powerful for God to stop?
No.
Why does God not talk to me in my head and battle those evil thoughts with me? And if he
But can
is,
you?
well,
Okay, so do you see those evil thoughts?
I
what
don't see my thoughts at all. Like I have a mind's eye. I can see what I'm thinking in a manner of speaking, but I don't see them with my
Yes,
eyes.
exactly. You see him through like the third eye, correct? Like you close your eyes and you
No.
see
I think we're
you
adding
see
too
your
many
thoughts.
words.
Okay, can we
Okay.
just
Still
let's get back to the prompt. Why doesn't God stop evil?
because Ruby, I think you're hearing it, but you're not answering it because you keep saying exactly. So okay, how do we word this? Do you want to like
I,
make it into like a
here, I
human
can.
story, like a human story?
I've got
Like
an idea.
if go ahead, go
Okay.
ahead.
I've got an idea for what we can ask. Hurricane
Okay.
Harvey destroyed my house in 2017. Why did God not stop the hurricane from forming? Tell us.
That is a good question, and that has nothing to do with God. That's
Why not?
it's a,
He's the
the
all-powerful ruler of the universe.
life is already in the process. We're still in the
Oh,
process. Humans are still in the
uh,
process.
So it sounds like you're actually answering my
oh
question, Ruby,
no.
because you're saying that what's stopping God is nature, humans.
No, God is allowing us to go through the whole process.
but we
But
don't want to go through the
I'm asking
process.
what's stopping God from actually just doing what God
Nothing is
wants.
stopping. Nothing is stopping.
So then God wants all of this, you think?
Yes, this
So
is what.
so then
This
God
is
won't
a
be mad at God
What
won't
a
be mad at me,
great
right?
God you follow if he
God
wants
won't
us to all suffer.
God won't be mad at me at the end, right? Because this is what God
my
wanted.
God. But listen, God is not mad at you right now.
Okay, so then I'm going to
Right.
heaven,
Yeah, so am I.
right?
But you said you don't believe in God.
You didn't say I had to.
That's right. We don't.
No.
We are not
Okay.
convinced that God exists because the idea of an all-powerful, all-loving God does not mesh. It doesn't click into the puzzle pieces with the reality that we just see with our eyes every day. We see these hurricanes. We see earthquakes and volcanoes erupting that kill people. We see
And
children born with
oh,
cancer
I
and
kind of, I kind of,
epidermolysis
I kind of
bullosa.
want to say. Okay, so all of this is still from the fallen state in the Garden of Eden. All this stuff is still the same
That didn't
thing.
happen.
Yeah, but it's still Ruby. It still ties back to the same thing on why God had to have it
Exactly.
that way, right?
So can I? Okay. How long do we get to talk, or do we get to
All
talk
right,
and talk for a long time, or are you about to close?
I will give you 1 minute, Ruby. Go ahead.
Oh, one more minute. Oh,
No, that's a minute's a long time to talk in a row. I'm gonna not interrupt
okay,
you for a
okay.
minute. That's pretty good.
Okay, okay, I got you. You're
Yeah,
not gonna interrupt me for a minute.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because like we go back and forth, but I'm really not. I haven't really kind of got my whatever I want to say out.
Yep. Go ahead. I'm gonna be silent right
Okay,
now. All right.
okay, I got you. My struggles in my life was that I felt that something was still wrong in my life. Okay, so because of how angry I was. Now, if I thought I was a child of God for a long time, and I didn't see this until I asked God, Lord, I know there's something still not right with me. Can you please show it to me? And I thought I was walking with God for a long time, and because I saw, He let me see the anger in me, and let me see how bad it was. Like I was very angry. I had a lot of, I still do, but it's better because when I start to get mad now, I can feel it and I can see it. God has allowed me to see it, and that's because He's allowed me to see my thoughts. And He says that all your thoughts are all lies all the time. So
All right.
basically, that is the realm of the devil. And
All right.
because of the thoughts, I cannot control them. They still come, even though I try to entertain myself or whatever. The
All
thoughts
right.
still come.
Okay. All right. So I gave you the minute, Ruby, but you just went.
I know.
You didn't go to the actual details.
You just talked about how you had a weird tingling in your crotch and you
But
decided it was God, basically.
But the thing, Ruby, that I want you to focus
Okay,
on
well,
there
can
is that
you
you
tell?
had the thoughts,
Okay.
right? Hold on 1 second, Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
because to me, you even said something that I feel like you just kind of didn't really listen to yourself saying it. You said that you
Mm-hmm.
can't even trust your own thoughts.
Exactly.
So how do you know anything that you are telling us is the truth from God?
Exactly.
Got an echo. Well,
It's
you're saying
because
exactly, but
because
you know, exactly means you agree with me or no?
e- every person, this walk in life is every person has to be accountable for yourself. You
Okay.
have to be accountable for yourself.
I get it.
So
I get it,
you
Ruby, but
either
I think
you
maybe we're just
have
off
you
track
either
on the
believe in the truth
okay.
or you don't believe in the truth.
I got you. All right. I think we ended up going in circles here, Ruby.
I know.
Oh my
But
God.
you said
It's
you
kind
said
of
this
hard
was
to
your first
say.
time. Okay, it's all right.
Yeah, this is my first
You
time,
said it's your
and
first
I'm like,
time.
I didn't realize what kind of show this was. So hey,
No,
this was a good challenge for me. So
You're a
this
everybody's
little
was good.
welcome
off
to
guard.
call. But can you think about some things for me?
For what?
No, can you think about some things for me when you leave here? Because
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, because the stuff you were saying sounds like you agreed with me a lot. You were saying that this is kind of messed up. You
It
were
is
saying,
messed up.
okay,
This
so
world is messed up.
yes, but you agreed that also that God created it. You agreed that God could have
Yes,
done anything about it, could have done stuff about it, right?
and he did it already. I just don't know how to explain it to you because I'm
Okay.
still like I'm lacking on words how to say them,
Okay.
how
So
to.
how about this? Well,
It's
I'll be
weird.
doing more. That's all right. I'll be doing more live
It's just neat.
streams.
This is neat.
Can you get that thoughts together for me and then circle back the next time you see me on? I'll make sure to bring you up. But what I want to
Do
do,
you do you how many is it just on Friday nights or
just hit the little notification button and then you'll see when I'm
okay.
live. Okay. I'm gonna be doing
Okay.
more than just Friday, but I don't want to promise you anything. So I'm still figuring out my
Gotcha.
schedule. But if you
Like I said,
can,
this is my
just
first time and I'm like I'm
that's all
so
right.
behind. I'm so behind on technology. It's
All right.
crazy.
Just the technology doesn't matter. That's okay. Just think about the whole, and you can stay and listen a little bit, and maybe you'll understand my point a little
I
bit
mean, I
more.
understand what you're saying. I understand the question, and the question it's just I don't know how to explain it because it
Okay.
is a spirit. It's a spiritual battle. It is a spiritual battle. It's not a flesh. It's a
Okay.
spiritual.
All right. So next time I'll bring you up and we'll chat again. I appreciate it, Ruby.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
She's still here.
Yeah.
Ruby.
There you go.
Oh my God,
All
dude.
right.
I thought I was never gonna get out of there.
Yeah, it's just definitely miscommunications there. But
I
let's
mean,
see.
oh
Anybody else
God, bro.
anybody else
You
gonna
did I
step in
think
here?
you sorry.
No, you're good.
I think you did make one seriously critical mistake in that call, which is that at the end you asked her to think. I don't think that's
Hey,
gonna happen.
I want everybody to have the option to think. I'm gonna leave that option for everybody because
Yeah, but
how I feel about some of this stuff is it gets so emotional that in the moment you are really just in defense mode, and sometimes when you walk away, like you will start thinking about it, and that's not for everybody, but the people that will happen with, I try to leave that door open. Um, just because at one point in time, I believe I probably was like that to where if I didn't have an answer, I had an answer. It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
mean, yeah,
that's how I look at it.
yeah, you're right. I mean, I really should try to not forget what that felt like. You know, the whole the absolute like pants shitting terror you'd feel when you realized that the atheist was making more sense than you could. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
I better not agree with him or I'm gonna go in the fire.
yeah. I remember first watching some of Matt and like hearing him say some of his stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this dude's the devil. Like, it's like, because
Yeah.
and I only said that because his arguments were so good, and you were taught that the devil was smooth and smart, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I was like,
all
oh
the
god,
yeah, the whole book of Job is all about like you need to it doesn't matter what happens to you, you need to not trust what you're experiencing, what you're seeing, what you hear, what you read, what you research. It does not matter. Just believe and love God anyway. It's
yeah,
stuff like
it's
that
crazy.
that keeps you in the brain room, keeps you in the cult. You know, let's say that I really wish I had gotten to bring this up at one point, but I wanted to, but she kept going. She was saying that she was like, oh, if the thoughts in your head aren't God, which is, I mean, she lied to me as well. Like I said, you're not saying that our thoughts are the voice of God talking to us, right? And she was like, no. But then later on, she was like, if your thoughts don't come from God, who do they come from? They come from the devil. Oh, so it's the devil's voice in my head. Like, let's just say that the voices in our head really are a supernatural entity talking to us. It doesn't mean it's the Christian God. It could be the Muslim God. It could be Allah, or it could be the devil, or maybe the person we're calling the devil could be the real God, or whatever. Like, let's say that Ruby and I get into a car together to go to lunch, right? And when we're on our way there, a bus blows through a red light, T-bones our car and kills us both. We're dead. And we both wake up in the afterlife like, whoa, and we're sitting in front of the pearly gates and God is standing right there, ready to judge us. Like, what's going to happen? If that's the Christian God, I'm going to hell and she's going to heaven. But if that's the Muslim God, the only difference between us in that scenario is that she's going to say, oh shit, about 30 seconds after I do. Yeah, really. I mean, it you want to make the argument like, oh, well, if there's no God, why do we exist at all? And I'd be like, well, which God caused that? Every religion claims the same thing. They can't be like, well, obviously it's my God. I'd be like, but again, they all make the same claim and they're all equally as credible as yours, which is not at all.
Yeah, everybody
So
thinks they're correct when it comes to this one.
yeah, I mean the Quran also really, really, really wants you to know that only stupid people don't believe it. There's so many verses that say that only idiots don't believe this stuff, guys. Come on, we're obviously right. I mean, anybody could write that.
Well, a bunch of people
Yeah,
did write it.
yeah, people did write it. People wrote it. People wrote it.
Well,
They fucking made it up, folks. It's make believe. It's make believe.
I think we had somebody that said they were going to come up. Let me see. Who were you? Contrarian. Are you calling in here? Hopefully, you would be able to stick to that topic there. And if not, that's okay. Just want to make sure we will be heading out shortly if we don't get anybody to keep my attention.
Oh, I can keep your attention.
I
That's all I
like
got.
to try to. I'm still. You got to build stamina for these things.
uh,
It's been going pretty good though. Like this is our
I've got some jokes for you, I guess.
third one. Oh
A
no, don't
priest, a
joke on the
rabbi,
stamina.
a priest, a rabbi, and a monk walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "Is this a joke?"
I don't get it.
It took you a second.
Is it not literally? Hey, where you guys at? Somebody said they were coming. Don't be scared. And all right, man, I'll let you hop down for now and we'll get somebody in here. I'll probably start doing some of my wrap ups. Appreciate you stopping in.
All right, cool. Yeah, take care, bro.
And I took your request as well.
I've subscribed and what request?
Your friend request.
Oh, on Discord.
Yeah. So I got you on there as well. So I'm sure we'll link up again.
Good. All right. I've subscribed as well, so expect to see more of me in the future.
Appreciate it, brother.
For sure. I enjoyed debating with you.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Yeah. Good night.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna give some last calls to anybody that wants to step up and have probably our final conversation if you're interested. I got just enough energy left for one more little chat. We will stick to the exact subject here, though, because at the end, I get a little more. Nah, this is what we're talking about. And like I said, you can pick what subject we're talking about in the Bible, but it needs to tie into what's stopping God, right? Let me catch up to some of the stuff you guys are talking about in the chat. I do agree the whole forcing people to come into existence has always bugged me a little bit, especially an existence that you know is going to be horrible. Somebody at one point tried to tell me, like, well, wait, why do you have kids? And it's just like, well, I would be a horrible parent if I knew 100% that my child was going to live a very horrible life. Then I probably would be horrible. But the fact that I think I can make my child's life good, it's a little different. But if I actually knew that I couldn't and I still did it, I would say that's probably bad. As I think we did get the whole server mute thing figured out. I'll possibly make like a whole different server because I know we have some new like channel members, and I'll probably make like a completely different server for that, and then have just a live streaming server as well, and that way those two things can be separated. Because just because everybody's been friendly right now does not mean that everybody will be friendly in the future. So I might not want everybody in one Discord. I might want to be able to separate it. Of course, you guys don't forget to hit the like button, all that. I actually think everybody that's been here has been clicking it because we have the people watching and the like is right at the same. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys. We'll definitely be doing more of these, streaming more. I still want to make a lot of my videos and my reaction content, and I'll be using a lot of the videos from our lives if we have some good conversations. If you see, I just posted a couple of new videos from some of the previous lives. If you haven't seen those, go check those out as well. Yeah, force them into existence where there is a jeopardy. Yeah, good. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for helping earlier. I don't see anybody about to hop in, so I'm gonna go hang out with my wife and have a good time and chill. So thank you guys for all stopping in. Don't forget to go check out the other videos. I just look for the notifications because I don't really have a schedule just yet. I think the next one's going to be Sunday, probably Sunday night, but we'll kind of see. So feel free to give suggestions on things that you can think can make the stream better, and would appreciate that from you guys as well. So yeah, I think that's good. So as always, it's me, Jay. Don't forget, throw away your feelings, open your mind, and question your beliefs. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.